Prologue. 20 years ago. The wind was really strong that night for people. Some might have thought the weather guy got it wrong, but anyone who knew about the secret world of strange beings knew something else was going on. The hidden monsters living among people could feel fear crawling up their backs. Their legs were shaky, and they quietly begged that whatever bad thing had entered the human world wouldn't find them. Bethany, a new mom, placed her tiny baby girl in the crib, her eyes lighting up when a happy sound came from the baby's mouth. Oh, how she adored her little bundle of happiness. A soft song came from Bethany's lips as she watched with pride while her baby's eyes slowly started to close. She had learned that this tune made the baby fall asleep, and after a busy day, she really hoped her child would nap peacefully without crying. While Bethany gently sang, her husband Rick stood by the door, arms folded with a warm grin on his face. This was his family. After everything they had gone through, the hard times and sad moments, he was finally content to feel this peace. Just as Bethany leaned down to kiss their daughter's forehead, Rick stepped up behind her and placed his hands gently around her waist, smiling when she let out a tiny surprised breath. "I thought you were already sleeping," she whispered softly, not wanting to wake the baby. "I was about to," he said with a playful pout, "but you didn't come to bed after 5 minutes." A little blush filled Bethany's cheeks. "Let's go now. Little Aurora needs to rest." The visitor, a strange creature hiding in the shadows, stayed down, listening quietly, waiting for the parents to leave the room. He had been feeling strange for weeks and couldn't understand why. He had to find out what was pulling at him so strongly. Once their footsteps faded, he appeared in the room without warning. His black, shiny eyes scanned the space and finally stopped at a small pink crib, where a baby lay sleeping. His lips twisted in confusion. "A baby?" He stepped closer, wanting to understand. He lifted the baby gently. Right away, the baby's eyes opened and looked straight at his monster face. His left horn twitched like it was excited, but nothing bad happened. The baby didn't scream. For the first time in weeks, the creature felt calm. He didn't even notice when one of his sharp claws accidentally scratched the baby's skin. A loud cry came from her mouth, and red blood started to drip from the cut on her tiny wrist. "Xanthus!" A sharp voice came from the door. Bethany and Rick stood there, her hand covering her mouth in shock. She didn't care that the monster in her baby's room used to be their friend. No, she didn't care that he was stronger and would easily win if they fought. The only thing she cared about was the baby now in his claws. "Put my baby down," she yelled. Rick pulled out a knife, ready to fight, but Bethany stopped him with her hand. "Don't hurt her, Xanthus. She's only a baby," she said gently, begging with her voice. Xanthus let out a rough growl, his face full of anger and sadness. His horns twitched in frustration, and rage began to rise in him. "You think I'd hurt my mate?" His voice boomed, loud and deep, shaking the walls around them. The other hidden creatures in the world felt the anger of a powerful demon. They didn't know exactly who it was, but they knew to stay far away. Bethany and Rick froze. "Why your mate?" they both said together. Bethany snatched the baby out of his hands, her eyes catching sight of the bleeding wrist. What is this? Do demons hurt their mates?" she shouted, her voice high with panic. "It was a mistake," Xanthus said quickly, trying to explain, but the baby only cried louder from the noise. Rick held Bethany's shoulders, glad she could now see who Xanthus really was, a monster. "Get out!" Bethany yelled. The baby cried even more. Xanthus' eyes turned cold. Outside, dark clouds rolled in. A storm was coming, and both parents knew it was because of the demon's rage. "I can't leave my mate," he said in a low growl. "Go!" Rick said, firmly. After a long, quiet stare and the baby's loud cries, the demon finally sighed and nodded. He stepped forward to kiss the baby's head, but Bethany moved away. Xanthus felt the sting in his heart but didn't say anything about it. "Fine. I'll leave, but I'll return when she's 20. I'm not asking." I'm just letting you know out of respect for you, Bethany. Bethany blinked as tears filled her eyes. Rick stared at the demon with hatred. Xanthus didn't care. I'm letting her grow in this broken world only because of you, Bethany. But if she stays here, she must stay clean. That means I won't let silly human boys treat my mate badly. Bethany opened her mouth to talk back, but she closed it again. She knew better than to fight a great demon like Xanthus. Deep inside, she was thankful he hadn't killed them. Both parents gave him a nod. Xanthus glanced one last time at the baby, then disappeared into a magic opening that led to his kingdom, Daphian. Bethany noticed something odd. The cut on the baby's wrist was healing and turning into a shape. A mark, she whispered, running her finger over it. We'll tell her it's just a birthmark, Rick. I don't want them to take my baby, she sobbed as Rick hugged them tight. We'll protect her, he whispered, even though he knew deep inside. Xanthus always keeps his word. Chapter 1. 20 years later. Rory. Aurora Russell. There's just something about my name that makes me feel big and brave, like it's really mine, and nobody else can ever take it away from me. I'm coming, MOM. I shout, knowing the little birds in the trees near my window probably flew away because of how loud I was. I walk down the stairs and see my family already at the table, my mom, dad, brother, and sister, just waiting for me before they start eating. Did I ever say how much I love my name? I ask as I sit down. My sister Isabel rolls her eyes, and I lift one eyebrow at her, like I'm daring her to say something back. She's 12 and sassy. I think you have, sweetheart, my mom says with a small laugh. They told me that when my mom had me, it felt like a bright morning after a dark night. She and Dad were both hunters, people who fight scary things. They had lost people they cared about. At one point, they thought they couldn't stay together anymore. Mom even believed she couldn't have any babies at all. But something amazing happened. She had me. And after that, things slowly started to get better. They didn't even name me for 3 whole weeks because they were thinking about leaving me at a children's home. Yeah, they told me everything about how I was born. My parents don't like to hide anything from me. I don't get what's so special. Aurora? EW, Isabel says, sticking out her tongue with chewed up food in it. I make a face. You're just mad you're not named after a princess, I say, pretending to be sad. She shrugs. That's fine with me. I'll just be the very first Princess Isabel. She always knows what to say back. I stop talking to her and go back to my food. Then a happy thought pops into my head. With a raised eyebrow, I say, guess what? I turn 20 tomorrow. Right away, my mom and dad go super quiet. I stop eating and put my fork down. That made Ernest, my little brother, look at me. He's adopted. Even though he's only 12, I know it bothers him sometimes. One time, he told me he feels like he doesn't belong. But to me and everyone else, he's just part of our family. Always. Why do you guys act all strange whenever I talk about my birthday? I ask, crossing my arms and leaning back in my chair. Suddenly, I don't feel like eating anymore. This isn't the first time they've gone quiet when I talk about turning 20. It's like they're scared of something. Are you guys worried I'm going to leave? My mom freezes, and my dad puts his hand on hers like he's trying to calm her down. I start to worry when I see shiny tears in her eyes. Of course we're happy about your birthday, Dad says, trying to smile. But let's stop talking about birthdays and eat breakfast. He points to our plates. Isabel is almost done. Ernest looks like he's eating really fast so he can go watch his favorite show or go play with the neighbor kids or whatever. I nod slowly. Okay. But this talk isn't over. I'm only dropping it now to take care of my feelings. I point my fork at both of them and they give me tight smiles. Oh. A friend of mine is throwing a Halloween party tomorrow and you can't say no because, guess what, it kinda works as a birthday party for me. I say with a grin, though my smile almost fades when it looks like my dad's about to say no. But Mom gives him a look, and he sinks into his seat. You must be home by 11, Aurora, he says in a serious voice. I pout. Dad, parties only get fun after that. Before then, it's like school. Then I quickly add, and I'm turning 20, remember? 20. That's the deal. 11 o'clock or no party. Or you can just stay home, Isabel adds, sipping her juice. I ignore her and nod at Dad. When I finished eating, I went to my room and called my friends to tell them I could go to the party, finally. My room has soft pink walls with some gray, a big bed, and a bathroom that connects to it. Flora, I'm going to the party. I say with a big smile, talking to my friend on video call. I thought your mom and dad said no, she says while brushing her bright pink hair. Well, they did say yes. Good thing I already have something to wear. She nods, agreeing with me. I spent the rest of the day in my room, chatting with friends and getting early birthday wishes. Now it's nighttime, and we're watching a movie. I'm going trick-or-treating tomorrow with Ernest and my buddies, Isabel says. Dad, she's too little, I joke. I'm 12, she yells at me. It's all right, Izzy. You can go, just don't go too far, Dad tells her gently. Isabel sticks her tongue out at me, and I stick mine back. Do you have your costume ready? Mom asks after we've been watching for a while. I don't even know what movie it is. Yes, I nod. I won't tell her what it is, I know she'll think it's not okay. Who are you dressing as? She asks, sounding super happy. Ah, she looks so cheerful. She hasn't smiled like that in days. I can't say no to her. First, you can't say anything bad about my costume, I warn her, and she nods slowly. I'm dressing up as Harley Quinn, I grin. Her big smile disappears, and now she's frowning. I'm 20. I say quickly, and both her and Dad go quiet. Those worried faces again. It's getting annoying. I need to talk to them about this after my birthday. I feel like Harley Quinn fits me a lot. No, I'm not wild like she is, but in her own way, she was a fighter. And I'm a fighter too, well, I'm still learning to be one. I haven't gone on any real missions yet. But when I turn 20, I'll finally be allowed to go out with the other fighters. I also hope I'll get my own weapon. Oh, how amazing 20 will be for me. The next morning, I wake up to my whole family singing the birthday song for me. Thanks, you guys, I say with a pout, then I hug them all. Breakfast is ready, Mom says, and I let go so I can take my bath and get dressed. My phone buzzes. I got a message. Flora, happy birthday, bitch. Holly, happy birthday. Don't forget to come get me later. I get lots of happy birthday messages. I say thank you to each one. I walk downstairs in my hoodie and shorts. Breakfast is done, and everyone is sitting, waiting for me. Even Isabel, who usually gives me angry looks, is smiling today. I bite into a cinnamon roll and smile. I love cinnamon rolls. Mom must have made them for my birthday breakfast. I thank her and keep eating. All of a sudden, my wrist starts to feel weird. I drop my fork. Ouch! I see the mark on my wrist turning bright red, like something hot is under my skin, trying to break out. Ah! I grab my wrist. Right away, Mom and Dad rush to my side. Why does it hurt? I ask, shaking my wrist. Little by little, the pain fades away, and the red color goes back to normal. It's like it didn't just hurt so bad a second ago. I look up and see Mom shaking her head. No, Rick. She looks at Dad. He has the same look on his face. I glance at my brother and sister. They look just as confused as I feel. Ahem, let's just eat, okay? Mom says. And that was it. No one talked about what happened. Well, I didn't talk about it. But my parents? Oh, they said a lot, just not with words. Their eyes were having full conversations. And like always, I ignored it. I wasn't going to let anything ruin my birthday. After we ate, we all went our own ways. I went to my room. Bella went with Ernest to do whatever 12-year-olds do. I chatted with my friends for hours. That's how long we talk. Then it was time to get ready. I packed my costume in a bag and grabbed my truck keys. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. I kissed both their cheeks. Be back by 11 o'clock. I know. I smiled at Dad. I got to Holly's house, took my bag, and knocked on her door. She pulled me inside and slammed it shut. It's my birthday and you're already being rough, I said in a tired, joking voice. I already told you happy birthday. Now let's get you dressed, she squealed, and I laughed. 1 hour and 35 seconds later, I looked just like Harley Quinn. Holly was wearing a Raven costume from Teen Titans. Holly, don't you think we're a little too big to be playing dress-up? I asked, twirling in front of the mirror. She raised one eyebrow. I didn't get to enjoy this stuff when I was younger because my parents always dragged me around on missions, so forget anyone who says I can't enjoy it now. Her parents are fighters too, just like mine. I smiled. I understood what she went through. Is Blake dressing up as Joker? She asked, pulling on her hood. Of course not. He's not gonna be the Joker to my Harley Quinn, I said with a scoff. She's talking about my boyfriend, or like I call him, my rebound juice. You should just dump him already. Aren't you over, you know who? She points out. That boy, whose name I won't say, still owns my heart, and I don't think I'll ever get it back. We're here, I say, ignoring what she just said. We hop out of the car and see red plastic cups all over the place, and people holding on to each other way too closely. Everyone I pass by says happy birthday to me, and I give them a small smile back. Hey, Rory, is that bat real? Tom, the school's biggest flirt, shouts. Wanna find out? I say as I raise it with a grin. He throws his hands in the air real fast. You don't always need to act so wild, he says. Halfway through the party, we're playing truth or dare. Honestly, we act like little kids sometimes, but most of us are hunters' kids, which means we didn't really get to have a normal childhood. I dare you to kiss Tom for 3 whole minutes, and no grabbing. Yep, we're acting like little kids again. After that silly dare, I excused myself. After I used the toilet, while washing my hands, the lights suddenly went out. I turned my head fast toward the mirror and saw something scary, 2 huge horns in the reflection. Shocked, I spun around fast, but no one was there. I looked back at the mirror, and the horns were still showing. Panicked, I rushed back out to where the others were. Who turned off the lights? I asked loudly. What are you saying, Rory? Holly looks at me, confused. I just went into the bathroom and the lights went off, and I saw big horns in the mirror. Who's messing with me? My chest feels tight, I'm angry now, and maybe a little scared too. It's 10:49 p.m. You should probably go home. Maybe you just need to rest, Holly says. I nod because maybe I'm just seeing weird stuff. Still feeling kind of nervous, I get into my car and drive off. On the way, I notice dark clouds slowly covering the bright moon. I grip the steering wheel harder. Then I hit the brakes hard. Standing right there are the same horns I saw before, only this time, they're on someone. That someone has no face. I jump out of the car, ready to yell at whoever's playing this sick Halloween joke on me. But no one is there. No horns. No person. Nothing. Am I imagining things? I ask myself. I get back in my car. Thankfully, the rest of the ride home is quiet. No more scary stuff. I open the front door and almost scream. My back hits the wall fast when I see what's in front of me. A huge monster, way bigger than anyone I've ever seen, is standing in the middle of the living room. He has big horns, dark shiny eyes, and burning red skin. My mom's eyes are wet with tears, and my dad looks like he's trying to talk to the creature. Then Isabel runs to me and hugs my waist. I guess Ernest is still with the neighbors, and thank goodness. I don't want my little brother seeing this and getting bad dreams. Hi there, the monster says, waving his sharp claws at me. It looks kind of like a smile, but it sounds more like a growl. Mom looks at me. Run, Aurora, she screams. I listen. I grab Isabel's hand, ready to run away. But before I can move, cold sharp claws wrap around my wrist and pull me back. Isabel's small hands hold my arm even tighter. Bad move, the monster growls at both me and my mom. She jumps a little. For the first time in my life, I see my dad cry. My heart feels like it's sinking. What's going on? I yell, trying to yank my arm free. I'm still training to be a hunter, you better let me go or I'll crush you. I warn. He laughs, but then his face goes serious. I'm taking her. If anyone tries to stop me, they'll be sorry. Right then, a fast gust of wind hits, and I look up the stairs. A bright blue light shines from the ground. A portal. I start yelling again. I forget that Isabel is still holding on to me. And now the monster has pulled her too. He drags us both to the top of the stairs. He only seems to notice Isabel right when we're about to enter the light. The last thing I see is my sister falling down the stairs. Then everything turns black. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 2. A shiny gold ceiling is right above me, and I slowly open my eyes, but even that makes my head hurt worse. My eyes see my brown hair all messy around me, and a soft blanket covering me from chest to feet on a really big bed. This is not my room. This doesn't even look like anything inside my house. That's when I start to feel a tightness in my chest, and my brain can't think of anything that explains how I got here. I sit up fast, but my head feels heavy and pushes me back down. I place my cold hand on my forehead and try again, this time slower. I look around the giant room and know for sure, this isn't my room. My fingers hold onto the side of the bed as I try to stand. Try is the word, because as soon as my foot touches the cold floor, everything spins around me and my eyes sting. A loud breath leaves my mouth as I squeeze my eyes shut, trying to calm down and remember what happened. As soon as I finally stand up with my hand still holding the bedpost, little flashes from the past night start coming back. I shut my eyes tight as the memories rush in. My birthday, the Halloween party. I groan and grip the post tighter as I suddenly feel like throwing up. What even happened? Where am I? The big clock on the wall tells me it's the next day. I shake my head slowly. Did I drink too much last night? So many questions are racing through my brain, and then I finally notice something else. I'm not wearing my Halloween outfit. Instead, I'm in an oversized shirt and shorts. Where even am I? After standing there for a while, the blurriness in my head starts to clear up. With what little strength I have, I slowly walk to the door across the bed and push it open. It leads into a huge bathroom. The bathroom looks super fancy, and I can only guess that whoever brought me here must be very rich. Maybe this is some expensive hotel room? Or, did I do something crazy last night? I look into the mirror and see that all my makeup is gone. There are dark shadows under my eyes, and I close them, gripping the sink tightly. My brown hair looks wild and needs to be brushed. It's not terrible like a bird's nest, though. I'm lucky, my hair doesn't look too bad when I wake up. Still, The wind must have pushed it around a lot. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I see some shadows, like feet moving past the door. Oh no! Who's out there? I start to panic. I look around for anything I can use to protect myself and grab the first thing I find, a flower vase. I wait really still, listening, but the footsteps are gone now. I know I can't stay locked in this room forever. Trying to be brave, I run to the door. I turn the handle, but it doesn't open. So I start hitting it with my fist. Hey! Let me out! I shout, banging harder, hoping someone will hear me and open the door. But after a while, there's still no sound. I let out a big sigh and slide down to the floor, resting my chin on my arms wrapped around my knees. Yesterday was my 20th birthday, so why can't I remember coming home after the party? As I close my eyes, I suddenly see my mom crying. Click! I jump up fast at the sound of the door unlocking. Holding the vase tight, I slowly turn the handle again, and thank goodness, the door opens this time. I step out and follow the stairs down. I'm still holding the vase high like I'm ready to hit someone, but my arm drops when I see the living room. A giant picture of me is hanging above a big fireplace. My hand flies to my mouth as I see even more pictures of me everywhere. What the heck? Whoever lives here is a creep. A stalker? Who keeps so many pictures of me? It feels like some weird shrine. Lovely, isn't it? A voice says. I feel my whole body go still when I hear that voice. It's soft but also dark somehow. I hold the vase up again, ready to swing it at whoever took me, but my hand stops in the air when I see him. His eyes are a glowing, scary shade of blue. They look like they have magic swirling inside them, telling a scary story. His eyebrows are shaped perfectly, and he frowns at the vase in my hand. I shrink back a bit as he stands really tall in front of me. Some pieces of brown hair fall near his square chin. I don't even notice when he gently takes the vase from me. But I do see his slightly crooked nose wrinkle like he doesn't like what I'm holding. This guy isn't human. I know that for sure. Who are you? I ask, my voice shaking. The tall man, wearing a deep purple cloak, starts walking in a slow circle around me with a strange, crooked smile. His glowing blue eyes shine as he touches his chin. He says, thinking. Lord Xanthus, he finally answers. I step back as he suddenly stops in front of me. Xanthus, I whisper. Then it all hits me again, I don't remember yesterday. And this place, it's not normal. Right away, I get scared and shout, why am I here? How did I get here? Where even is here? The man lifts his hand, and I flinch. He frowns a little but hides it by pressing his lips together. One question at a time, little Dawn. Come on now, let's eat, I'm super hungry, he says. And I bet you are too. I shake my head fast because only a silly person would sit down and eat with someone who doesn't even look like a real person. But of course, my belly doesn't get it, it growls loudly. His eyes light up like he's proud. I'm not eating with you. I say quickly. He doesn't like that. A red glow circles around those scary blue eyes, and it makes the weird magic inside them shine bright. I step back. He takes a deep breath, and the red ring fades away. You need to eat something, Aurora. Take the offer while I'm still being kind. I don't mind shoving the food down your throat if I have to, he growls, and I jump a little. My bottom lip starts to shake. Eat, he says again, leading me to a big dining room. There's a table covered with all kinds of food. My tummy growls again and I quickly shut my eyes when I see his smug look. He sits at the end of the table. I sit as far away from him as I can. His eyes show he doesn't like that, but he doesn't say anything. The maids begin to stack food on my plate. No. It's okay. I try to stop them. But they ignore me. So I turn to Xanthus. Tell them it's fine. If I eat this much, my stomach will hurt. I say. He waves his hand, and they stop. The maids leave the room, and I just sit there, staring at the food, trying really hard to ignore how my mouth is watering. Great, Aurora. Way to look silly again. The food isn't poisoned, if that's what you're thinking, he says, sounding amused as he cuts into his chicken. I pick up a fork and walk toward him. If it's not, then you eat it, I say, not breaking eye contact. He lifts an eyebrow, then leans in and takes a bite from the fork. I see a small fire flash in his eyes, and I gasp, stepping back, but he grabs me and pulls me close before letting go of the fork. Still think it's poisoned? He asks. His voice is low, but it rings in my ears. I ignore the tiny tingles on my skin from where his fingers touched my wrist and step away. Where is this place? I ask. The fire in his eyes disappears, and he goes back to eating. Eat first. Then change your clothes. So that's what I do. After eating a little bit, which he clearly didn't like, because he kept saying I needed to eat more next time, I go upstairs. On the bed is a red dress. I take a shower and put it on. I like how it fits me. I wear the black flat shoes that came with it. So far, he hasn't tried to hurt me, but that doesn't mean I trust him. I still don't know why I can't remember the end of my birthday. I'm not ready to go full Hunter Aurora Russell on him yet, but I'm staying alert. I leave the room and see Xanthus waiting for me. His bright blue eyes shine the moment he sees me. He holds out his hand. You need to tell me who you really are, and where I am. I'm running out of patience, I say, not touching his hand. He presses his lips together before nodding. Don't forget, you asked for this, he says. Then he steps closer to me. I bite my lip. Hug me. What? I stare at him like he's lost it. He pulls me in. I try to push back, but he's a lot stronger than I am. His hand holds my arm tightly and it stings. Try not to pass out this time, he whispers near my ear. I shiver as cold chills run down my back. Then, darkness. I close my eyes as a strong wind pushes hard against my face. You can open your eyes. The sky is full of orange and gold, with big flying birds making creepy sounds above. I hear a far-off roar that sends fear through my chest. I take a step back and realize we're standing in front of giant black gates. Behind the gates is a scary dark castle. If this was a cartoon, this would be the part where lightning hits the ground. But the heavy feeling in my chest is enough. This isn't Earth. This isn't the human world. Welcome to Daphian. Oh no. Daphian. That's the world where demons live. My eyes start to water. Sure, I was training to be a hunter, but I've never actually fought a demon. I've never even been to a place made just for them. That means oh no, you're a demon lord. I back far, far away from him. He clearly doesn't like that. His eyes glow even brighter. What am I doing here? I shout. Yes. I'm the demon lord. And this is my world, your new home. My heart feels like it's going to burst from fear. I take more steps back. Why am I here? Because you're my mate. Where else would you be, if not here? That breaks something in me. I turn and run. It's a stupid idea, I know it, but I do it anyway. Not long after, I hear a loud, scary growl. This place was built for demons. I just had a meal with a powerful demon. I'm not supposed to be here. None of this is okay. How can I be his mate? Where are my mom and dad? Why was I brought here? I run even faster. Something tells me he's letting me run on purpose, like he enjoys chasing me. That only proves it, he's a monster. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 3. I've heard stories about Daphian, the demon world ruled by 3 demon brothers. Since I was still learning how to be a hunter, I never cared enough to remember their names. I never thought I'd end up in a place where the ruler of Daphian would be chasing me and saying I belonged to him. I shake at the thought. The world could fall apart before I ever become his mate. Soft breaths leave my mouth as I rest against a tree. I look up and see the moving shadows made by the tree branches. When the wind blows, the shadows shift and let the orange-colored sky peek through. Xanthus's footsteps are gone now. It sounds like he's not running after me anymore. But that doesn't stop the tears from slipping down my face. I'm in a place I don't know, and I'm just a hunter in training. Or maybe, is this a test? Is this what other hunters had to go through before becoming real hunters? Part of why I was excited to turn 20 was because I'd finally be allowed to go on real hunts and fight demons. That's also when I'd get to pick my first weapon. But now, I don't even remember most of my birthday. A snapping sound pulls me back. I quickly stand tall, suddenly thinking it's silly to be sitting down in a strange place. I begin to walk forward. But as I turn, I bump right into a man with deep green eyes. His eyes have a swirl of purple glowing inside. His hair is black with shiny silver ends, and he's very tall. Who are you? I ask. But I shut my eyes, already knowing that question never gets a good answer here. A Tidian, he replies. He walks closer, and I step back. Your guardian angel. That's not possible. I argue. He raises an eyebrow, then lets out a small laugh with his slightly pink lips. Which part? That I'm a Tidian, or that I'm your guardian angel? Both. Tidians were said to be made from 4 things: water, fire, air, and earth. They're known as the protectors of kings, always loyal to their leaders. I once read in a book that Tidians were wiped out during a war between 2 ancient monsters. But now this guy, this man with glowing eyes, is telling me he's one of them. And that he's supposed to protect me. Well, he says, I hope I get to prove I'm a Tidian someday. But today, let me prove I'm your guardian. He smiles kindly and stretches out his hand. He doesn't look scary. And the feeling I get from him doesn't seem like something I need to run from. So I take his hand, and a chill runs through me. He smiles again, this time a little sorry. I'll warm it up for you. And slowly, the cold turns to a nice, soft warmth. Something I didn't know I needed so badly until now. What's your name? I ask as he leads me along a path. He waves his other hand, and the muddy ground clears into a cleaner road. He looks away like he's thinking. It's been a while since someone asked me that. His body shakes just a little. I gently pick a leaf off his shoulder. Recall is my name, he finally says, looking down at me. I smile a little. Recall, I whisper. The peace I feel vanishes when a huge castle appears in the distance. I instantly start pulling Recall back. I don't want to go there. He stops walking. I'm now standing with my back toward the castle. Why don't you want to return to your mate? He asks with a frown. He's not my mate. I say quickly, shaking my head. There's no way that demon, a monster, a creature so cruel, could ever be him. What other words do you have for me? I freeze. His voice is deep, thick, and filled with darkness. I start to shake. How cruel is my kind? He asks. I don't turn around. Recall bows his head beside me. My heart drops. I feel like he just betrayed me. So much for being my protector. Answer me, Aurora. I finally turn to face him. He steps closer, and I lean in to Recall for help. Xanthus's eyes turn darker. He glares at Recall, who still has my hand in his. Leave. I send a begging look to Recall, but he only squeezes my hand gently before walking away. I don't even get time to yell at Recall for leaving me. Xanthus grabs me and starts dragging me into his dark castle. Let go of me! I shout as he pulls me inside. His grip is strong, and the more I pull, the tighter he holds on. I use my other hand to try and pull his fingers off me. Xanthus's dark eyes lock on mine. Then he lets me go. A loud thunder cracks in the sky. I jump and look out the window. Thick black clouds are rolling in. The weather here changes with his mood. It's scary. He really is a king. He closes his eyes, like he's trying to calm himself. I know this is my chance. I try to run while his eyes are still shut. Don't even try it. He says it calmly, without even opening his eyes. I want to go home. I yell. His eyes snap open. He starts walking toward me slowly. You will never leave here, Aurora, this place, this world, this is your home now. His voice is soft, almost like he's talking to a little girl. I shake, partly from fear, partly from rage. That's not true. I have a family. I have a life back in the human world. People love me, they'll come looking for me. And when they do, you'll be sorry. I scream. He walks closer. I step back, until my back hits the wall. Xanthus lets out a mean laugh, his shiny gold hair bouncing while he says, your family and the life you thought you had in the human world are just fake, not real at all. You don't belong there. You belong here in Daphian, with me, as my mate and my queen. And if you really think your family is coming to rescue you, then you're even dumber than I believed. But by the time he finishes talking, tears are already falling down my face. Avi! I shout. A chubby maid rushes in, dressed in a black and white outfit, her brown hair tied in a tight bun, head down. Take her to her room. She's only allowed out when I say so, he finishes, staring right into my eyes. I'm not your prisoner, Xanthus. Don't start that again. I'm this close to losing my cool with you. I follow the maid without saying a word. I don't get why the Lord is letting some random human stay here, she mumbles under her breath as we go upstairs. I spot a dining room, but her words make me curious. Aren't you human? I ask. She tightens her lips and doesn't reply. Instead, she pushes open a door and gently pulls me inside. The room is big, with a huge bed in the middle. There's a dresser and a white open door that leads into a closet. Another door nearby probably goes to the bathroom. The walls are painted dark blue and gold, and I actually like the brown gold curtains. It feels a little comfy. I turn to ask the maid something, but she's already gone. I drop to the floor, holding my wrist as pain pulses through it, more tears dripping down. I'm stuck in a world made just for demons, and I'm here all alone. I won't believe what that demon said about my family. No way, he's lying to me. Time passes. It must have been hours because soon I see the doorknob turn. Avi walks in. The Lord says to join him for dinner. I turn away from her, and she leaves the door open as she walks out. My stomach growls, loud and rude. I sigh and stand up. If I want to stay alive here, I need to eat. So I walk out of the room. Thankfully, I remember the way to the dining room. Just when I'm about to go in, I hear Xanthus yell. Fine. If she doesn't want to eat, let her starve. Fine. I will. I yell back and spin around to go back to the room. But suddenly I'm slammed into the wall. My eyes meet his bright electric blue ones. You don't ever talk to me like that. I am your king, and you will respect. No! You're the demon king. And in the human world, we hunt and kill things like you. So maybe remember that before crying about respect. I raise my voice, hitting his hard chest since I'm trapped between him and the wall. And how many demons have you actually killed? He asks. My face warms a bit because I haven't, and he knows it. I don't mind making you my first one. I snap. He leans in closer, and for a moment, a small smirk appears. Then his eyes flicker. I'm really turned on right now, he whispers, and I look away. I just want to go home, I whisper softly. He steps back and gently moves my hair out of my face. I can't let you go, Dawn, he says. I just can't. I shove him away and run back to the room. The next day, as I'm stepping out of the bathroom, the door swings open and a blonde woman rushes in, not flying, but almost. Her golden eyes find mine right away and she hugs me tight, nearly squishing my bones. Oh my gosh! You're real. I grab my towel tighter so it doesn't fall off. She pulls away, looking me up and down. I try to smile. She beams back and says, I'm Karina, Xanthus's sister, kinda. She shrugs, still grinning. She doesn't look like the blue-eyed demon at all. Her eyes and hair are gold, her nose is small and neat, and there's a friendly feeling around her. Hi, I say awkwardly. She doesn't seem to notice and keeps talking. I was starting to think you were a fake mate my brother made up. I raise an eyebrow. How many demons has Xanthus told I'm his mate? This room is so gloomy. Why are you locked up in here? Your brother is scared I'll run away, I reply. Then an idea comes to me, if I want to escape, I need to know places that could help me. But I promise I won't run. Please, show me around. I'm bored out of my head. If your brother wants me to forget about my human life, then fine, but I can't do that while stuck in here. I give her a pleading look. She hesitates, but I make a sad face, and she finally nods. All right. Let's go. She grabs my arm. I stop her and quickly change into better clothes before we leave. As we walk, the maids bow and greet Karina. She doesn't really look at them. I just smile and nod politely. We reach a stable. What are we doing here? I ask. She whistles, and a boy brings out 2 black horses. You have horses in Daffian? I ask, staring at the strange creatures with pitch-black eyes. They look freaky, with tiny horns poking out of their heads. Yup. And not just any horses, they're demon horses. They only come in black with black eyes. They can fly without wings, and they can even travel through portals. They only exist in Daffian. This is part of your tour. We're riding them so I can show you the town. She finally breathes and grins. I try to grin back, but it's more like a frown. Demon horses? Wow. Just, wow. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 4, Pain. I gave the horses a doubtful look. They were dark, had wings, and no white in their eyes. They looked completely evil. This is Mel. Well, that's not really her full name, but to save you from saying something weird, just call her Mel, Karina says, patting the horse on her left. She's my favorite, she adds with a smile. I press my lips together, deciding I'll ride the other horse. Philip, she says, noticing I'm staring at it. You can ride this one. Anyway, let's go before my oh-so-lovely brother starts wondering where you are. She rolls her golden eyes, then climbs on her horse easily. I struggle a little to climb onto mine, and she gives me a smug grin. Hey! Where I come from, we use things called cars, so don't judge me, I say, and she lets out a laugh. The stable boy helps me, and I smile at him. Karina rides beside me as we leave the castle and head down toward the town, at least that's what she says. We stop at the town market. Honestly, Daffian is really pretty, with tall trees and colors in the sky. It's not that different from the human world. Still, that doesn't change the fact that I want to go back home. No matter how lovely this place looks, I don't want to stay. We pause in front of a jewelry shop, and Karina stares at the bangles and earrings with dreamy eyes. You want it? Get it. Come on, show me everywhere. I beg. I need to know more places around here, any path that might help me escape. I don't want anything from this world. Sometimes I don't understand why no one ever wiped out all the demons. She sighs. I made a deal with someone that I wouldn't buy any more gold. Can you believe people say I have too much jewelry just because I shop every day? I give her an awkward smile. It's really not my business, but instead of being rude, I smile like I get it too. Next week, she says, then keeps walking to show me more. She points out the town library, where the history of the kingdom is kept. We only turn back when Karina says she can hear my stomach complaining for food, which is super embarrassing. My stomach clearly hates me. It always finds a way to make me look bad. When we return to the castle, I raise an eyebrow at the sight of maids and guards rushing around, all looking worried. The Lord is mad, we hear one maid whisper to another. Not even Abby, who thinks she's the top maid, was spared. The other maid sounds like she's teasing her. Karina and I look at each other before we get off the horses. You don't think he's mad because you're gone, right? She asks. I'm not gone. And no, I don't think that's it, I say, though I feel a cold chill creep down my spine as the sky starts to darken. A loud thunderclap makes me jump. Let's go inside before my brother wrecks Daffian, she jokes, probably trying to ease the weird mood. Where the hell is she? I hear a roar. The voice is deeper and scarier than usual. It makes the hairs on my neck stand up. I take a step back as Karina walks in. Aurora is right here, she says. I shoot her a disappointed look. Xanthus's black eyes find mine, and I gasp. I'm not ready to face him. Since I now know some areas of Daffian, I decide to turn around and try to escape. But I should have known better. 1 second my feet are outside the castle's edge, the next I'm being pulled back by a giant hand gripping my wrist. I glance back at him, and my bottom lip starts to shake. A scream bursts out of me when I see real fire flickering in the hollow black holes where his eyes should be. Horns start to grow from his head. I scream again. He winces. Stop screaming, he yells. But I don't stop. I thrash and struggle in his grip. From the corner of my eye, I see Karina covering her ears with her hand, her face twisted in a wince. Xanthus doesn't look happy either. He lifts my wrist and brings the strange-looking mark up between us. A cruel grin flashes across his face before he presses down on it. Ah! I yell even louder, which I didn't think I could. The harder he pushes, the more hot tears roll down my cheeks. It feels like fire is crawling under my skin. Beneath the mark, I can almost see flames burning. You will not run away from me, he says. He doesn't need to shout, I can hear him over my loud cries. But that doesn't mean he stops pressing, and it doesn't mean I stop struggling in his grip. More tears pour from my eyes as the burning feeling spreads across my whole body. Xanthus, you're hurting her. I hear Karina scream. He shoots her a nasty glare. This is all your fault for always being in stuff that's not your business. But you're not mine to handle, Dorian will take care of you, he yells at her, and she shrinks back with water gathering in her eyes. I shut my eyes as I feel my body grow weak. Please. Right away, he takes his hand off the burning mark, that weird mark. His eyes slowly go back to their electric blue color, but the ring of fire still sits around them. I told you to stay inside, he says softly, wiping my tears with gentle fingers. I am not your prisoner, I say. My knees go weak, and I feel myself falling, but Xanthus catches me before I hit the ground. Tears keep falling from my eyes as he holds me close to his chest. When we reach the room, he gently lays me on the bed. Before he walks away, I whisper with the little strength I have, I hate you. One more tear rolls down my face as I fall asleep. Knock, knock, knock. I wake up to the sound of steady tapping on the door. The soft light from the sun slips through the space between the brown gold curtains, so I know it's still daytime. I let out a quiet groan. My body aches as I walk to the door. I open it and see Avi standing there, her head a little bowed. Good evening, my lady. The Lord asked to see you, she says politely, which makes me lift an eyebrow. What happened to your mean attitude? I ask. My voice sounds rough and cracked, probably from all the screaming. She rolls her eyes, and I smile a little, opening the door wider. Why does he want to see me? She lifts her head and sighs. I don't know. Just make this easy and come without fighting, she says, almost begging. I shrug and follow her. I rest my hand on my belly when I feel it grumble. I haven't eaten in almost a whole day, I whisper. That never happened at home. Mom and Dad always made sure we all ate together, morning, afternoon, and night. That way, no one skipped a meal. Even when I got mad at them for not letting me hang out with friends and making me train instead, they still made me sit and eat with them. I sigh. I miss them. It really hurts not knowing how I ended up in Daffian, or if the demon lord was telling the truth. The big wooden doors to the dining room swing open, and I instantly spot Xanthus at the end of the table. His bright blue eyes are staring right at me, but I lower my gaze, remembering the pain he caused. I sit down, keeping my eyes on my fingers. Even when they pile more food on my plate than I could ever eat, I don't say a word. I can feel the anger and frustration pouring off him, and I hate how his stare feels on my skin. Why can't I remember my birthday? I whisper. He looks thankful that I finally spoke to him, but I refuse to give him my full attention. I won't let him look into my eyes again. I erased your memories, he says. This demon really knows how to push my buttons. My hazel eyes shoot up to him in shock. It hits me like a slap. Why, you did what? My throat burns, but I scream the last word anyway. And for doing that, a sharp pain hits me again, making me flinch. Xanthus stands and comes over to me, but I push him back with a cold stare, hoping he feels how much I hate him right now. You were scared when you saw me as a demon, and I couldn't stand the look on your face, he argues. I shake my head at him. My heart squeezes with pain. What did you think would happen? You're a demon, and I'm a human. What the hell did you expect from me? You thought I'd run into your arms? You took away my memories, my 20th birthday, the day I waited for my whole life. You took that from me just because you didn't like how I looked at you? My voice is full of hurt and anger. But he doesn't even look bothered. Because at the end of the day, that's all demons know how to give, pain. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 5. The flowers outside have opened up, and they look really nice. The sunshine makes them even happier. I can't help but think it's a little weird. Actually, the light outside is so bright it's made the inside feel warm too. And there's only one person I can blame for this weird weather and fake happiness. The Demon King, sitting at the end of the table while the maids load our plates with food. You're in a good mood, I say, raising one lazy eyebrow, still looking out the clear glass windows. It's been 2 weeks since I came to Daffian. In those 2 weeks, I've been thinking, planning, and waiting for the perfect time to escape. And wow, I really can't wait. I can almost feel the human world calling me home. Really? I didn't even notice, he says, popping food into his mouth and chewing slowly. I think you should start your royal training today. I snap my eyes to his, and his bright blue eyes light up. I narrow my eyes. Screw you, I say slowly. He doesn't react. He just shrugs and mutters something I can't hear. Day by day, Xanthus, you find new ways to make me hate you more. Tell me, are people who are mates supposed to hate each other this much? His eyes flash gold, but I don't look away. I just keep staring at him, waiting for him to say something. This has been our routine the whole 2 weeks. We throw nasty words at each other, mostly me yelling at him. Other times, he says he's not in the mood to argue with a brat, and I tell him it's because he's old. That's when his eyes glow gold, just like now. He breathes in deep. The royal training will help you become Xanthus. A tall blonde woman with lovely brown eyes storms in, holding the end of her long black dress so she doesn't trip. The necklace around her neck looks like it's made from the nerves of her enemies. She only stops when she's in front of the king, who now looks clearly annoyed to see her. What is this? Did you tell the guards to block everyone out? Even me? Her eyes are blazing with anger, and her painted lips are twisted in a sneer. I told them that because I needed alone time with my guest, he sighs. Guest? That's a new one. Usually, he calls me his mate or future queen. At that, she glares right at me. I don't care who you spend time with, even if they're your playthings. Don't call her that. No matter how long we've known each other, never forget I'm still your king, Lilith. He stands up. That familiar ring of red fire appears in his eyes. I take a bite of my food and chew slowly, enjoying the drama like it's a good show. And I'm your queen, Lilith. You can't make decisions that affect me. We're equals, she yells. We are not. And you're not the queen, Lilith. Leave now and only come back when you've remembered your place in this kingdom. Xanthus points at the door while I try to hide the grin on my face. She stomps away, still holding up her dress. Looks like I'm not the only one who doesn't care about your crown, your highness. Don't start, he warns, sitting down again. I sigh as the sunlight starts to fade and the flowers outside bend downward. His good mood is gone. I clear my throat. I think I should keep training as a hunter, I say. He lifts his hand to dismiss me. Yes, Xanthus. It's either that, or I'm not doing any queen lessons, I tease, and he raises an eyebrow like he's thinking. Deal. I'll assign one of my fighters after breakfast. You'll start hunter training, and then you'll do queen training. Don't complain about being tired. He says it, and a grin spreads on my face. I nod. This doesn't mean I've given up on running away. It just means I'm letting him feel safe. A little while after breakfast, I'm standing outside in an open space where Xanthus says my hunter training will happen. Saying I'm excited is not enough. My dad used to train me. Those were some of my favorite moments, especially when I managed to knock him down. I can't believe I got stuck with babysitting duty, I hear someone say. I don't feel bad about it. People have said worse since I arrived here. He shakes his honey-colored curls under the sun. His blue eyes meet mine as he scratches his jaw. His eyes move up and down my body, and I'm glad I chose black leggings and a sports bra. I may not have the biggest curves, but my body is strong. It's not babysitting if I'm going to wipe the floor with you, I reply. The man rolls his eyes and tosses a straw training plank at me. His bare muscles flex as he moves. Let's just get this done, he grumbles, and I agree. I get into position, knees bent, feet apart, both hands holding the straw plank. His expression shifts into amusement as he flips his own plank like it's nothing. I rush at him, aiming a kick right at his face. But he blocks me easily. How's the human world? He asks as he catches my plank before it hits him. I hear a bit of annoyance in his tone, and I raise an eyebrow. You don't sound like a fan of the human world. I just don't like a place full of weaklings, he says with a shrug, then grabs my ankle midair. I let out an angry sound when he squeezes it. Would you still think they're weak if they ever save your life? He laughs deeply as he smacks his training stick on my back. Daphian would fall apart before that happens, he says while his eyes roam over my body again. We go on with the training. I keep trying to hit him, but he blocks me easily each time. And every time our skin touches, I catch a small spark of something in his blue eyes, something that looks like want. A sneaky smile tugs at my lips as he yanks me right against his bare chest. One of his arms wraps around my waist and the other holds my wrist close to my chest. I don't move away right away. I lower my voice. "You're into me." "I am." His reply stuns me. I try to pull back, but he doesn't release my wrist. "I'm your king's mate," I say. His eyes get a little darker as he steps in closer. "Do you believe that?" he asks, and his eyes drop to my lips as I lick them. I yank myself back and try to punch his face, but he dodges. I swing again. He avoids it. While his attention is still on my punches, I try to trip him with my leg, but he's stronger than me. Somehow, he pulls me toward him again. Both his hands grip my waist, and my hands are stuck between his chest and my boobs. My breath comes out rough. "Let me hit you," I say. "What kind of trainer would I be if I let that happen?" he says back, quiet like me. Everything goes quiet. We only hear each other breathing hard, and a few birds chirping. Just as the tall man holding me leans in, clearly aiming for a kiss, someone speaks. "I don't know if you're trying to get on the king's bad side or if you're just messing around." I jump away like his touch had burned me. The man sighs. "Recall." "Kenji," Recall says back with a sharp tone. "I guess training is over. Time for her real lesson." "Same time tomorrow?" Kenji, my trainer, asks. I nod slowly, still trying to slow my racing heart. I can't believe I almost kissed him. He's a demon, Aurora. What's wrong with you? What were you gonna do if his lips touched yours? I have a feeling that if he had kissed me, I would have kissed him back fast. Honestly, if it kept going, I probably would have ended up in bed with him. And it's not just because he looks good. I mean, Xanthus is hot too, but if he ever tried to kiss me, I'd bite him. So what is it about Kenji that made me act so wild? "That's if you're still alive tomorrow," Recall mutters as he leads me out through another way. My palm is warm as I press it to my face. Recall keeps mumbling about what he'll say to Xanthus. A small worry for Kenji creeps into my chest, so I stop and turn to face Recall. "You're not going to tell the Demon King anything?" I say while pointing at him. The Titan lifts one brow. His purple eyes glow under the setting sun. "I can't just keep quiet. Do you even get what happened? Or what almost happened," he says in a whisper. "That's betrayal." I roll my eyes. "And what exactly did we do?" He frowns. "You almost kissed." "But did we?" I interrupt. "We didn't kiss. I almost slipped and he caught me. That's all." I lie right through my teeth. Recall laughs, but there's no humor in it. "Do you think I'm dumb, Aurora? Like a little kid? You're his mate, and wow." He shakes his head in disbelief. Without thinking, I throw my arms around his neck. He's taller than me, so I have to stand on my toes. My body presses against his. He freezes. His hand goes up like he's about to push me off, but I just hug him tighter. I can feel him shaking, maybe nervous or scared. "Anyone walking by would think you're holding me," Recall. "Just like what happened with Kenji. So if you tell Xanthus anything, I'll tell him you were the one holding me." I pull back. I see the flash of anger in his eyes before he lets out a long breath and signals for me to follow him. I sigh and rub my palm. We walk into the Royal Library, and I take in a deep breath when I smell old pages. It's cooler inside than outside. Some demons are tossing books around carelessly, and I wonder how the librarian puts up with that. Recall stops in front of large wooden doors, and I give him a questioning look. He sighs. the guy behind this door isn't fully normal. And the woman? She's not super nice either. Don't take anything they say to heart. Not that you would, he mutters, then pushes the door open. There's another library inside. I spot a short, slim man flipping through a book. His hair is dark brown. His brown eyes snap up when he sees us, and he walks over, tilting his large head. I'm Jake, he says. I nod. And you must be the future Queen of Daffian, he adds. I fight the urge to roll my eyes. Silly demons. As soon as they're distracted by something, I'm leaving this place. She doesn't look like a queen, Jake, says a woman with red-brown hair as she walks in from another door. Her arms are crossed over a blue dress, and her sharp blue eyes look me up and down. Rose, she says. I force a smile at her. I just need perfect timing now. That's all I need. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 6. Just remember, no ruler wants a queen who talks too much, Rose starts, staring straight into my eyes. Her face is calm, unlike mine. Mine shows I'm tired. And annoyed. We've gone over this again and again for the past 3 hours, how queens should act, what they should never do. It's exhausting, and I've just been pretending to care so no one guesses what I'm planning. I let out a sigh and nod, but she frowns. No words? Not answering is also a kind of disrespect, she says, her voice sounding worn out and frustrated. She's probably annoyed that this is the 3rd time she's saying the same thing. I get up from the soft cream couch. 3 hours. That's how long we've sat here. That's how long you've been teaching me how to be your king's perfect little puppet. My voice goes up, and I take a slow breath before I say more. You're not teaching me how to be a real queen. And honestly, I don't even care. But what I won't accept is being trained to be someone's puppet. That's what queens are. The kings pull the strings and we dance for them. Well, it's a good thing I'm not a queen, I snap, turning around and walking out. Recall isn't waiting outside like he usually does, which throws me off. A part of me really hopes he didn't go running to Xanthus about what happened with Kenji. Speaking of Kenji, I narrow my eyes when I see him walking in the other direction. Without thinking, I follow him. He stops and turns, looking surprised for a second before he sighs. I grin a little, like I've been caught doing something sneaky. How can I help the king's mate this time? He asks as I catch up to him. He keeps walking and I keep up. I need a favor, I say. He glances down at me and nods for me to go on. Not here. Someone might be listening, I whisper. A few demons walk by, but none of them give us a second look. I'm thankful for that. It won't be long before Recall or Xanthus notices I'm not in the library. Kenji stops in front of a building and waves for me to follow. I guess this is his place. It looks nice but feels kind of empty, no personal touches at all. It's cozy, I say as I run my fingers across the black leather couch. He chuckles and disappears for a moment, then comes back with a glass filled with red liquid. I reach for it. He pushes my hand away. Who said this was for you? I'm not offering you anything, he says, dropping onto one of the couches with a loud exhale. He closes his eyes and drinks. I watch his Adam's apple move as he swallows. Don't tell me this turns you on. My cheeks heat up. I wasn't exactly turned on. It's more that I feel something. Kenji's been kind. Okay, not sweet, but he's the only one here who makes me feel this strange pull. Something's wrong with me. Clearly. No, I'm not, I say, folding my arms. He opens his eyes and raises a brow. You said you needed help. With what? I clear my throat and step closer, keeping my voice low. I'm about to take a risk here. I really hope he doesn't run to the king with this. Kenji leans forward a little, eyes watching me carefully. I want to leave, I tell him. He rolls his eyes and gives me a tiny push before getting up and heading into his kitchen, or bar or whatever. He comes back with the same drink. And why should I help you with that, he asks, tapping his fingers on the glass. I press my lips together and walk a little closer. He leans away. How do you even know I won't tell the king, he says, raising the drink to his mouth but keeping his eyes on me. You don't seem like the type, a demon who actually cares what the king says, I answer. Kenji chuckles. He licks the drop of red liquid off his lips with his tongue. He sets the glass down on a small table and leans closer, lowering himself so we're eye level. What do I get if I help you? I don't blink. You get to finish what we started, before recall ruined the moment. He stands tall again and lets out a small laugh. And what was that exactly, he asks. He grabs the glass and takes another sip. A thin line of the red drink trails down his chin. I swipe it with my thumb and press it to my lips. A sly grin grows on Kenji's face. His blue eyes glow a little darker, the white in them almost gone. He clears his throat. All right then. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and that's when a gate will open for travelers. Lucky you, they're heading to the human world, he says, his face getting closer to mine with every word. You'll need to cover your face at the town's edge, and don't let Xanthus spot you, or he'll lose it. I nod, and he lifts my chin with his finger as he leans in more. That demon holds grudges, he whispers, his lips nearly touching mine. My heart beats fast in my chest, and I hold my breath, thinking he's going to kiss me, and he does. Kenji gently presses his lips to mine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he counts softly against my lips. I frown a little, then lean in to kiss him deeper. Just like what happened during training, we get cut off again by a knock and Recall's voice booming, "Open the door in the king's name." Kenji pulls back with a grin on his face, while my cheeks heat up. You really need better lines. What even is "in the name of the king" supposed to mean? Kenji jokes as he opens the door. Recall looks mad. His eyes are dark, his nose flared as soon as he sees me. He shakes his head. We've come for the queen. The two guards behind him nod, slamming their spears down. I sigh and walk up to them. Before Recall says anything, I speak first. Relax. Let's go back before your king throws a fit. Recall looks at Kenji, who's smiling like he's not bothered at all. Come on, I say, tugging on Recall's sleeve. He glances at me and finally moves aside. I look back one last time. Kenji gives me a wave and a wink. What were you doing in there? Recall asks while we walk. Nothing, I answer, staring ahead. My fingers drift to my lips, and a smile starts to form. Even though a small part of me is nagging at me, reminding me I just let a demon kiss me, it may have only been a quick kiss, no tongue or anything, but it still counts. That little part of me keeps yelling how wrong it is. I shake my head to clear the thoughts. It's not that serious. It's not like I cheated on my boyfriend, oh crap. Blake. He's probably back in the human world flirting with a bunch of girls. So no need for guilt. What about Xanthus? Shut up. I didn't say anything. I look up at Recall, who already has his long fingers on a doorknob. Wait, we're back at the castle already? How long was I lost in my own head? Not you, I say to Recall, shaking my head and trying to push away the voice in my head that keeps telling me to care what that demon thinks. No way I believe I'm truly his mate. Recall opens a door that leads to a study. A big wooden desk sits in the middle with a bunch of scrolls and papers. Xanthus is hunched over it. His dark hair is a mess, and he looks worn out. I figure he's been here since breakfast. It's nearly night now. You can leave, Recall, Xanthus says without looking up. Recall bows slightly, then squeezes my arm. I fidget with my fingers, wondering if he told Xanthus what happened with Kenji and me. Can I go too? I ask softly. Xanthus suddenly lifts his head. His eyes swirl with fire like snakes slithering in them. I gulp. Never mind. I'll sit down. Why am I scared right now, Aurora? Or is it guilt? Ugh, stupid soft heart. He leans back in his seat, picking up the scroll again like he doesn't want me to peek. I sit opposite him. His eyes scan the scroll. I notice his jaw tighten and his nose flare, then surprise spreads across his face. He sighs loudly and drops the scroll, giving me his full attention. Hi, I say, giving a little wave. Let's go take a walk, okay, he says. He sounds like he needs it more than I do, so I agree. The plan is to make him lower his guard, right? Tonight is the night. Xanthus is dressed in all black. His shirt's cut low at the neck, showing a thin chain and a few scars. He keeps running his fingers through his hair as we walk through Daphian. You and I are going to lead this place together, he says proudly. I almost feel bad for wanting to leave. You know that can't happen. I'm human, and you're not. There's no way I can rule beside you, I say gently. One of his hands is in his pocket. Doesn't matter. Demons don't care what shape or form their mate is in. I wouldn't care if you were a snake shifter. Even if they're the worst, he adds with a shiver. I laugh quietly. We stay quiet for most of the walk, only talking when needed. I only let out a deep breath once we're back inside. We eat, say goodnight, and go our separate ways. I'm thankful Xanthus doesn't keep guards near me at night. It makes sneaking out easier. So, Wednesday night, I leave my room. I don't pack, none of the stuff is mine anyway. Outside the castle gates, I glance at the woods, recall might be out there. And in town? No one will recognize me with my scarf up. I pull it tighter over my face and start walking. I glance behind me just to make sure I'm not being followed. No one's there. I'm glad I studied the map of the town. I know the way to the edge, even if I have to go past a few buildings. I just hope no one makes a scene about a woman in a scarf glancing over her shoulder. You're really going through with it. I jump when I hear the voice. I press my hand over my heart and close my eyes. Are you insane, Kenji? I whisper shout. He shrugs, arms crossed. I now realize I'm in front of his house. I should have hurried past, he's only going to slow me down. He steps down from his door and pulls down my scarf, exposing my nose. Then he gently touches my face. He'll find you, Aurora, he says softly. His hands cup my cheeks, and his thumb brushes across my lips. And he'll make you pay. I pull away a little. You don't have to worry, I'm not going to rat you out for telling me about the portal. He glances at me, and his chest rumbles. I don't care what happens to me. But you won't survive the fury of a demon, he says, his voice low and deep, sending a strange buzz through my belly. He'll only catch me if I keep standing here talking, I say. First thing I'll do in the human world is close all the portals, for good. All right then. Good luck, he says, leaning forward to press a kiss on my forehead. He pulls back before I can react. Bye, he adds and walks inside. I shake my head and pull my scarf back up. As I keep walking, my thoughts drift to Kenji. How can you not care if Xanthus finds out we kissed, twice? He doesn't fear his king. Maybe Xanthus wouldn't punish him, or maybe, ugh. I don't even know why he acts like this. Demons are complicated. And sadly, I let one mess with my head. The only way I'll fix this is by getting out of here. How far did you think you could run from the ruler of Daphian? I scream. Right in front of me is a bottomless black pit. The creature tilts its huge head, and bits of dust fall as its stiff wings flap. A gargoyle. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 7. I take slow, careful steps backward. Even though the gargoyle isn't moving her lips, I can still hear her voice echoing in my head. It's creepy and amazing at the same time. One of the few protectors of the demon land is standing right in front of me, her body made from stone, cracked in some places that probably came from ancient battles. Through one of the cracks, I can see a glowing red fire underneath, though it doesn't seem to hurt her at all. She takes 2 steps forward, and when I move back, her eyes narrow into sharp slits. Then I hear her again. 10 minutes. That's how long until Lord Xanthus shows up. And trust me, he's mad. I swallow hard as her words feel like they're buzzing through my whole body. We both glance at the sky when lightning streaks across it, followed by a loud roar of thunder. I feel the ground shake a little beneath my feet as the wind kicks up. While I'm terrified, the gargoyle just stands there like it's nothing. How far did you really think you'd get before Lord Xanthus noticed you were gone? Her voice echoes again. I gulp as another clap of thunder shakes the air. I notice a few homes in the distance quickly shutting their windows and turning off their lights. I'm so close. Just a little more and I'll reach the edge of town. Just a few more steps and I'll be out of here. Freedom is right there, but still out of reach. My nose twitches, and my eyes start to sting, sure signs that I'm about to cry. The gargoyle turns her head like she's getting annoyed. Another loud crash of thunder comes, followed by rain pouring down fast. That's when I decide, I have to run. I'm not giving up. Not when I can almost taste the freedom I've been craving. I expect the gargoyle to stop me or yell, but she doesn't do anything. She lets me run. I can already feel the strange warmth and pull of the portal up ahead. There's a line of people, men and women holding bags, chatting and laughing. They don't seem to know what's coming. It almost makes me feel sorry. They're about to see what happens when a demon king gets angry. The town's edge is far from the busy places like the markets or castle. It's right at the tip of a cliff. A soft purple glow rises from the ground, slowly changing into a light blue shimmer. The travelers don't even seem to notice the weather or me, running in the rain with my scarf nearly flying off. They keep dancing, singing, pretending their troubles don't exist. Maybe it's the only way they know how to forget what made them leave home in the first place. Freedom, I can feel it now. I can picture the people I love smiling, hugging me tight. I don't care that it's raining. Neither do the travelers. They look happy, and my chest aches as I see 2 lovers spinning in the rain, laughing. I'm so focused on the people dancing that I don't notice the gargoyle flying above me. And by the time I do, it's too late. Ice-cold fingers clamp around my wrist, and I let out a sharp scream. The joy in the air disappears. The music stops. So does the dancing. But the rain doesn't stop. I stare into bottomless black eyes. Xanthus. He's not in his demon form, but barely. His skin is pale and freezing. I can see he's fighting to keep himself calm. But his eyes, even darker than usual, filled with rage. That's the Demon King, I hear someone whisper behind me. Who's that he's holding? But we don't care about the whispers. I try to speak, but he cuts me off. Not only did you lie and act like you accepted this, but you disobeyed me. You tried to run away. His voice is icy, sending chills through my spine. His black hair is soaked, sticking to his face. Rain is running down my cheeks, mixing with angry tears. My own hair clings to my skin. I really shouldn't have used so much hair stuff. I never lied about accepting anything because I never agreed to any of this. You're all monsters. I don't want to stay in this place. I shout at him, my voice breaking as more tears fall. His nostrils flare, and I see his jaw tighten. Then his grip on my wrist tightens too. He spins me around, twisting my arm behind my back and pulling me close to his chest. I look around in panic, watching the travelers, the glowing portal, and the cliff all blur out of view. In their place, gold and black walls fade in, and right in the center of the room is a huge bed. A chandelier glimmers above us. There's a long couch in the corner, a staircase with 4 steps leading up to wide sliding windows, and a cushioned seat perfect for staring out at the world below. I feel myself being pulled hard down to the floor, my hair falling like a curtain over my face as a quiet sob slips out. I brush it away. This is your new space now. With me, in my world. And in my room too. You don't get any privacy anymore, Aurora, he snaps, pointing one thin finger at me. You're so selfish, Xanthus. You dragged me away from my home and now you expect me to be okay with all of this? That's not how things work. I yell back. He crouches down, and as I try to scoot away, he grabs my ankle and yanks me closer. Thunder claps outside, and I squeeze my eyes shut, scared to meet his gaze. Yes, Aurora, I'm completely selfish. The sooner you deal with that, the better it will be for you. What, did you think you could sneak out and I wouldn't find out? He shouts right in my face. I open my eyes and hot, new tears spill down as I sniffle. Sleep on the bed. This is your room now. He drops my foot and leaves, only to return in nightwear. He climbs into the bed, pulling the soft blankets over his legs and grabbing a scroll, acting like my quiet cries mean nothing to him. I notice his eyes have turned back to their usual glowing blue, but there's still fire swirling in them. It must be bothering him, because he eventually tosses the scroll back on the table and runs his fingers roughly through his hair. His chest rises and falls faster while he mutters something I can't hear. I hug my knees tight to my chest, more tears trailing down my cheeks. My cheek rests against the cold tile floor as I finally fall asleep in the Demon Lord's room. Bright sunlight pierces my eyelids, and I blink them open. The same dark ceiling meets my gaze, and I feel a strange sense of déjà vu. My hair is messy around my head, and there's a dull pain in my skull. Unlike last time, I remember everything that happened the day before. Sitting nearby on the couch is the ruler of Daphian, eyes locked on a scroll. I tried to keep the sun out, but even a demon lord has limits. Did you sleep well? He asks, putting the scroll down to look at me. I blink, then slowly sit up. I'm still in yesterday's clothes. My brow furrows in confusion. I fell asleep on the floor, so why did I wake up in the bed? I stand up, surprised I don't stumble, though my limbs feel wobbly. Where's the bathroom? I mumble. He points to a door, and I head through it. Have you showered? New clothes will be waiting when you come out, he adds. I slam the door behind me, making it clear I'm not thrilled with being forced to stay here. The bathroom is decorated in gold and white. There's a huge golden tub big enough for 5 people, 2 shower stalls, and twin sinks with mirrors. The place looks like it belongs in a palace. I sigh and slip off the dress I wore during the escape. A few tears sneak out as I remember how my carefully planned 2-week escape was crushed by Xanthus in just 10 minutes. I turn on the shower, and cold water splashes on my skin. I forgot to adjust the temperature. But I keep going. I scrub myself with a sponge and the soap that smells like him. As much as I hate it, it smells really good. Once I'm done, I wrap myself in a towel and peek out the door. Xanthus is at the window, staring out with a clenched jaw and his lower lip caught in his teeth. My outfit is already laid out on the bed. I head back into the bathroom and get dressed, a little embarrassed that whoever picked the outfit somehow knew my bra size. I just hope it wasn't him. When I walk back out, Xanthus is already standing by the door. Since I can't trust you alone and I have work to do, you'll stay with me everywhere, I start to argue, but he shakes his head, curls bouncing. Don't begin another tantrum, all right? You cried yourself into a nap that lasted the whole morning. Now come, I have a full schedule, he says. I follow him. The extra guards posted everywhere are a clear sign he's trying to stop another escape attempt. I sigh. I'll just have to find a smarter way to run. When we get to the study, Xanthus sits down and pulls a chair close to his, pointing at it. I sit. Whatever scheme you're cooking up, toss it. Like always, it'll flop, he mutters while flipping through scrolls. Just because I failed a few times doesn't mean I'll stop trying, I answer. His grip tightens on one of the scrolls, and he glares at me with those burning blue eyes. Don't push me to hurt you, Aurora. It won't be nice. His voice is low but sharp. I shrink back and look out the window instead. The afternoon goes by in silence. He stays buried in his work while I get lost in thoughts of my siblings. That's when a thin man bursts into the room, panic all over his face. Sorry for barging in. But the town's under attack. Tartarus is crying. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 8. Tartarus, a place so terrifying it makes even the boldest demons tremble. It's known as the prison for disobedient creatures to be punished. People say once you get sent to Tartarus, there's no coming back. It's known to be the harshest punishment a king can give to a traitor. Since only beings with serious power can open a portal to Tartarus, I'm honestly shocked that rogue demons are now attacking Daphian. Rogue demons are the worst kinds to exist. They're wilder than regular demons. They've lost all sense and don't care about any kind of life. From what we were taught as young hunters, Tartarus turns normal demons into crazy ones with brutal punishments. And if they ever escape that horrible place, they bring only chaos with them, which explains the worry in the eyes of Daphian's ruler, though he's clearly trying to stay calm for his people. That's the thing about being king, right? You can't show too much emotion. He's hiding his feelings while his land is being attacked by rogue demons that clearly got out somehow. It's obvious he didn't let them out himself. Which means someone else did. Someone who wants to see Daphian fall. How did they get loose? I ask the skinny man, Rick, I now know that's his name. He folds his arms, eyes scanning over blades, no clue. I don't get how they slipped past Tartarus' guardian. The king didn't tell anyone to let them out, he says as he grabs two knives and tucks them into his waist gear or belt. I can't really tell. Other fighters are picking their weapons too just as Xanthus turns to me. Don't leave. Go up to our room and wait for me, he says slowly, his tone low. His blue fire eyes silently beg me not to argue, and I'd be a fool, and selfish, to fight him now when his kingdom's being attacked. I press my lips together in a tight line and nod. I feel a flicker of irritation rise when he signals for two warriors to stay with me. I get that he doesn't trust me. I'm just annoyed he thinks two guards are enough to stop me from getting into the fight. This is my chance to fight rogue demons. I've trained all my life for this. I'd be crazy to turn it down. The two big men with spears stand on either side of me while I make my way to the room. You're humans, I say, realizing it out loud. Maybe Xanthus is starting to trust me, since he put humans on guard duty. Did he really think they'd be able to stop me if I tried something? They don't respond, so I quietly pull out the knife I tucked into my pants earlier while Rick was picking weapons. With a quick spin, I slash a clean line through the air, and a small smile appears on my lips as I hear them hiss and try not to curse. As they clutch their bleeding arms, I bolt toward the stables. I hear their heavy footsteps pounding the ground behind me, probably mad now, their wounds forgotten. Any horses left? I rush the question at the stable boy, glancing behind me. He nods, eyeing me with suspicion, then brings out the same dark-eyed horse with demon eyes. Hey Mel, I whisper, patting her side before turning to the boy for help getting on. Once I'm steady in the saddle, I spot a spear left near the fence, probably dropped. Toss that to me. I shout, and he does. I make a clicking sound, letting Mel know it's time. He throws the spear just as she charges through the black gates. The two guards run out of the castle, and I shake my head at them. You're terrible at this. I call over my shoulder as Mel picks up speed. The faster she runs, the louder the howls get. Chaos. That's the only word for it. There's dark goo on the roads and bones scattered around. Fighters are battling the rogues. The sky above is dark red, like a volcano could erupt at any moment. Thunder booms again and again, and I know it's the king's doing. I pull Mel to a stop just before entering the madness, then slide off. Go back, girl, I whisper, patting her before rushing into the fight. I jump in to help a man struggling with a rogue 3 times his size. I stab the spear straight through its back. It freezes for a moment, then lets out a low rumble before exploding into a mess of black guts that splatter over both of us. It's easy to tell the difference between rogues and normal demons. The sane ones look almost human as demons can look. Some are halfway into beast form, trying not to lose control. If they do, they risk becoming as wild as the rogues. The rogues are huge, covered in black goo, their ribs poking out, eyes darker than the pits of Tartarus. There's no humanity left in them. Attacking everyone and everything, even themselves. Some rogues don't even need to be taken down by warriors because they're already tearing each other apart. That's the thing about them, they've got no control. A breath leaves my mouth as I bring down yet another demon, but the excitement isn't as good as I expected it to be. For starters, my very first kill was meant to be beside my parents, and it was supposed to be a demon in disguise, one that looked human. Rogue demons aren't supposed to be a hunter's first takedown. Still, as the spear drives into the gut of a snake-like demon, my chest tightens. Back when I trained with dummies, my dad's proud words always echoed in my head, praising me. I shake my head, realizing I'm losing focus. Sadly, that split second of distraction is just enough for a wild demon to dig his claws into my shoulder blade, then swipe across my stomach with the other hand. A piercing scream bursts from my lips as I jab the little blade in my hand deep into his belly. He growls right in my face and gooey black gunk splashes on my cheeks. I wince from the pain and the mess. Relief washes over me when he explodes, and I drop to my knees. Before I collapse completely, I feel firm arms catch me around the waist. My gaze meets furious blue and red eyes laced with worry. A tired grin tugs at my lips as he brushes some of my damp baby hairs from my forehead. What the hell are you doing here? No, wait, are you okay? No, of course you're not. Damn. You're bleeding a lot. Crap. His voice is frantic, panicked. There's a loud ringing in my ear, and the wounds in my shoulder and belly burn like fire. I press a weak hand against Xanthus's chest to make him stop talking. His panic is only making the pounding in my skull worse. My sight is getting fuzzy, and I cough a little. Your Highness, the rogues are nearly cleared out. We can handle the rest. You need to get the Queen to safety. I catch a voice, far away and muffled like it's underwater. Xanthus must have agreed because I feel him slide his arm beneath my legs, lifting me bridal style. A numbness sweeps through me, and right before everything fades to black, I hear him whisper. Stay with me, little Dawn. Can you believe this? Aurora Russell, the hunter, blacked out from a minor scratch made by a rogue? Despite all my years of training? I started learning to fight at 8, and here I am at 20, taken down by a rogue's claw. Utterly humiliating. The thought eats me up. I can picture my dad's disappointed look, his slow shake of the head, lips pulled down, concern swimming in his eyes. I'd usually have some clever excuse by now. Even now, I'm scrambling for a reason why I passed out. My dad might not be here, but someone else is. The Demon King I once bragged to about how great a hunter I was. Before I can speak, he beats me to it. What weapon are you best with? I try to sit up, but pain shoots through my skull, and I flop back down. I glance around, a medical room, judging from the 4-line and the nasty taste in my mouth. What? My voice cracks. Xanthus steps away from the window and walks to the chair near the bed. Honestly, the place looks just like a hospital room in the human world. If it weren't for the strange sky colors, I might have thought he'd taken me back in a panic. You clearly can't handle a spear, so knives or swords? I heard hunters have one weapon that completes them. He crosses his arms, sounding more curious than angry. His bright blue gaze studies me. I narrow my eyes. He's hiding his concern. He's trying to stay calm, approach this like it's no big deal. I left even though you told me not to, I mumble, and the calm mask vanishes. But I wasn't trying to escape, I quickly add, hoping to cool him off. You disobeyed me, Aurora. His voice tightens with strain, and those glowing blue eyes flash with red again. The flames I oddly find mesmerizing flare up. You were poisoned. 6 slashes, Aurora 6. Your skin turned ghostly white, your lips were going purple, your body was freezing. I told you to stay in for a damn reason. Why won't you ever just listen? He's pacing now, fingers tangled in his dark curls. I blink slowly, taking in what he said. I glance down at the pale blue and white walls. It's then I notice faint black veins under my skin. I reach out to touch them and flinch from the sting. I almost died? I whisper to myself, voice trembling. Xanthus stops pacing and lets out a loud breath. I thought you were still in the room, God. I was counting the minutes till the battle ended so I could see you again, only to hear your scream in the middle of the chaos. The scream of my damn mate in pain. I try to shut him out, the fearing care in his voice only made me more nervous. This same demon lord who stole my freedom, made me cry over and over, now wants to act like he cares because he heard me scream? I swallow hard. Well, I'm fine now, right? Stop being so dramatic. The second the words came out, a tiny part of me wanted to smack the other half for saying it, and it kept smacking when I saw the hurt flicker in his eyes before he looked down, stuffing both hands in his pants pockets. Even though I kind of wanted to take it back, I didn't. I couldn't. His silence told me my words hit deep, and for some reason, it didn't make me feel better at all. Actually, it made me feel like a demon. Before this whole place changes me more than it already has, I need to leave. Later that evening, the healer told me I could walk around the castle to stretch out my body. I was beyond thankful. I was sick of lying in that bed, drowning in guilt for snapping at Xanthus when all he did was worry. It's a little weird how the healing room is inside the castle. The healer said all the others outside were full because of the fight, and apparently the great demon lord didn't want me treated anywhere else except inside his castle walls. For once, no guard followed me around. Maybe Xanthus doesn't care anymore if I try to escape. Honestly, that would be perfect. Aurora! I hear a familiar voice and my mood lifts immediately. Karina walks up to me with her usual bright smile lighting her face. A huge guy walks behind her, and the way he stares at me, it's like I've done something to offend him already, and I don't even know him. Oh my God! How are you? She says as she wraps her arms around me. I groan softly when pain zaps through my back and arms. The man behind her grunts, and I offer him a stiff smile. Karina steps back but still holds my arms. Why did you jump into battle like that? She asks gently. I open my mouth to explain, but the brown-haired man speaks up instead. I never imagined Xanthus' mate would be this disrespectful. Karina turns to me while I furrow my brows in confusion. And you are? Oh, she says, laughing awkwardly, this is my mate, Dorian. A warrior, he cuts in. Didn't your mate teach you that it's rude to speak to a male that way? Karina tenses up beside me, and I feel irritation bubbling in my chest. My lips press into a line and I take a step forward. Oh, I'm sorry, should I have asked for your name in a soft little whisper? He lets out a humorless laugh, his brown eyes darkening. You need to be taught your place, girl. I'm a man, a warrior, that makes me your superior. You're supposed to talk to me in a quiet, humble tone. I step back in disgust, folding my arms even though my body aches like hell. Man or not, I'm your queen. That makes me your superior. You should be careful how you speak to me, because if I get mad enough, I could ruin everything you've worked for with just a snap. My voice is calm but strong, my glare sharp. He leans closer. You really think Xanthus will take your side? Who said anything about him? I don't need Xanthus to handle you. Like I said, I'm the Queen of Daphian. You better remember that, and show me the respect I deserve. With that, I spin around and walk away, ignoring Karina's apologetic expression. Just this once, I'll wear the crown Xanthus gave me. Because like I said, this place is breaking me bit by bit. I need to leave. Soon. Wanting to see what would happen next, why not subscribe to this channel to get to listen to more of our upcoming exciting stories? Click on the subscribe button now. Thank you. Chapter 9. Put on your workout clothes and meet me in the yard in 10, he says before walking out, gently shutting the door. That's how it's been ever since I got better from the poison 2 weeks ago. Xanthus hardly talks to me now, and when he does, it's in short, dry sentences that feel forced. We barely share meals, and he never lets me leave the room. I'm actually glad he's ignoring me, it gives me space to plan the perfect getaway. After the argument with Karina's mate, I made up my mind that demons are nothing like humans. They might look like us, but their brains don't work the same. The guy didn't even know me and still demanded respect like he was owed it. I really don't get how Karina puts up with him. Xanthus isn't exactly a walk in the park either, but Dorian seems worse. I sigh as I fix the straps on my sports bra and wince when my fingers brush the sore spot on my shoulder. That cut healed much slower than the one on my stomach. The healer told me shoulders are extra sensitive to demon wounds. I tug at the end of my bun to tighten it and walk out. Even though I'm in Daphian, I can feel winter sneaking in. That means Christmas is near. There's barely any sunlight, and the nights are always chilly. The snow's coming soon. A heavy feeling hits me. I can't miss Christmas with my family, it's never happened before, and I won't let it start now. We always went outside, played snowball fights, built snowmen. Isabel, Ernest, and I loved it. I really, really miss them. Xanthus stands near a tree, wearing black pants with no shirt. My eyes scan him, his muscles look tight and strong. He's not bulky, but you can tell he works out. His pants hang low on his waist, showing his V-line. His arms flex as he grabs a plank. I step closer. His blue eyes don't have the spark I usually like in them, he seems like he's hiding something. There's a storm behind those eyes, and it sends a small chill down my spine. Can you make the weather nicer for training? I ask, trying to sound playful while rubbing my arms. He barely looks at me when he replies, I'm not the weatherman. I let out a fake laugh. That was actually funny, I say while clapping. Xanthus doesn't smile. He snaps the plank in half with his thigh and hands them to me. I frown. I don't know how to fight using 2 weapons. You'll figure it out, he replies coldly. Before I can even get ready, he hits my knee with his plank, making me fall to the ground. I turn and see him behind me. What was that? I wasn't ready. I complain, picking myself up. He shrugs, not saying anything. I frown harder, wondering where my actual trainer is. Where is Kenji? I try to spin both planks like I've seen in movies, but they just smack into my neck and one falls to the ground. Killed by your own weapon, Xanthus says dryly. I notice a dark ring of flame circling his blue eyes. He's mad, like really mad. I rack my brain trying to figure out what I did this time while picking up the weapon. I decide to drop one and point at it. Leave it. Nope, I want one, I say. He walks up, picks it up, and pushes it into my chest. I said I don't want it, Xanthus, I snap, tossing it across the yard. A flash of rage hits his face, and his mouth twists in a snarl. Cold air suddenly blows, making my teeth chatter. You're not the weatherman, huh? I mumble, hugging myself to keep warm. My shoulder starts burning again, and I bite my lip. Get into position, he orders. I spread my feet and crouch slightly. I instantly regret throwing away the other plank, this one's way too short. Xanthus zips forward and lands a jab to my side before I even process it. I swing my weapon back, but he's already gone. I huff, frustrated. Where's Kenji? I ask. He pauses, fiddling with a strap on his wrist I hadn't even noticed. He snaps the plank in two. Try to hit me, he says instead. I lift my plank like I'm about to hit him with it, but instead, I punch him in the stomach. He doesn't flinch, not even when I pull my wrist to my chest in pain. Instead, he spins me around by the shoulder that still hurts and I scream out. Ow! Why are you acting like a monster? A beast? What's wrong, Aurora? Why are you shocked by how I'm acting? You already knew I was a beast. Did you think I'd go easy on you just because you're hurt, and it's your own fault you got that way? His voice is low, angry, and right near my ear. I try to pull away from him, and I can feel him trying not to touch my wound. I look up and see his eyes going nearly black, the irises fading. Is that what this is about, me disobeying your orders? I ask, shaking my head. I don't need someone like you to train me. Where's Kenji? I ask again, folding my arms across my chest, but I wince as my shoulder protests. Why? So you can feel his hands on you again? My plank falls from my hand, my jaw drops, and I step back, but Xanthus grabs me and pulls me in close. His eyes are blazing with fury. What? I whisper, trying hard not to look straight into his burning eyes. It's a damn question, Aurora. You want him back so he can touch you again, don't you? I clear my throat and try to loosen his grip on my waist. It hurts, and I know he doesn't realize how tight he's holding me. So that sneaky tidy-in told you, I mutter. He laughs, but it's a cold, mocking laugh. Recall new? The sky gets darker, and I can feel him starting to lose control. He leans in even closer. Tell me Kenji forced you. Tell me you didn't give yourself to him on purpose, he yells, and I start shaking, closing my eyes. I asked you something, he shouts again. I clutch his forearm, trying to make him stop. Answer me, Aurora. No, I whisper, barely loud enough. That one word makes his eyes go completely black. Thunder cracks across the sky and I jump, bumping into his chest. He stares at me with fury, and I'm terrified to admit it, but I'm scared. I don't want to know what he's done to Kenji. Xanthus, what did you do to him? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? He finally lets go of my waist, but his eyes stay pitch black as he turns to leave. I rush in front of him, shaking my head. Did you kill him? I shout, staring him down. Another man laid a hand on my mate. What exactly did you think I'd do? There's pain in his voice, and it's then I understand why I did what I did with Kenji. I wanted to hurt Xanthus. I wanted him to feel what I felt. I used Kenji to get revenge, and now he's paying for it. You just confirmed it. And now that I know, his death is going to be the most legendary one in the supernatural world. Xanthus's eyes narrow at my words, and I glare right back. Let him go! I yell. But he doesn't blink. He just looks angrier. His jaw tightens, and I see his fists clench so hard his knuckles turn white. You think killing him will stop me? I growl. Kenji's not the only man in Daphian. Maybe I'll go after Karina's mate next. Or Rick. Before I can even finish, he roars and grabs me by the throat, slamming me hard into a tree. The impact makes me cough. His eyes, his terrifying eyes, have a deep red flame swirling in the center like a fiery pupil inside a black void. I've never seen them like this before, and it makes me wish I could take back what I said. Even with tears building in my eyes, he shows no mercy. I should go sharpen my blade, because clearly, I've got work to do. His voice is deadly calm, and his grip on my neck tightens as he leans in. I'll tie you to a chair and make you watch every second as the life fades from your little trainer's eyes. And just when he's about to die, I'll open a portal to Tartarus. I'll drag you down there too and make you witness his punishment, every last second of it. I cough, scratching at his arm. Wait. I'm sorry. I blurt out fast. I couldn't let Kenji get hurt for something I only did to upset the demon lord. Xanthus finally loosens his grip on my throat and I double over, coughing hard and holding my stomach. Let him go. Please. I beg, my eyes full of tears. You want me to let go of a man who touched my mate, he says like he can't believe what I'm saying. That's not ever going to happen. My freedom. I'll stop trying to run if you let him live. I'll follow your rules. I'll even be that perfect mate you want so badly. I say quickly. His eyes flicker back to blue for a second, but they soon go dark again. You're striking a deal with a demon lord. You're giving up your freedom just to save a fighter's life. I nod firmly. Xanthus grabs my wrist and suddenly the floor beneath us changes. Iron bars surround us, and I know right away we're in the dungeon. Can I talk to him for a bit? Just 5 minutes. I ask. Xanthus grunts but heads out through a door at the top of a staircase. My eyes instantly meet Kenji's. I'm sorry, I whisper. His left eye is bruised deep purple, and dried blood is crusted near his lip. I'm really sorry. I wrap my fingers around the bars, and he slowly stands. For what? You didn't do anything to me. If I hadn't let you kiss me, I pause, unsure how to finish. Kenji sighs and rolls his eyes. It takes 2 people to mess around, princess. I knew exactly who you were and still went for it. So quit saying sorry. His words touch something deep in me and I close my eyes. I only did it to get under his skin and... Don't say it again. He lifts a hand to stop me. I knew that's why you did it. Your mate's going to be lucky to have you. I say softly. He laughs a little, his gaze fixed on the wall. You know, I found her. My ears perk up. But she's married now, has 3 beautiful kids. A human, I say quietly, and he nods. She's old now. Her time's almost up. She's had a long, happy life, his voice wobbles, and it breaks my heart too. You wanted Xanthus to end your life, I say. He gives me a small smile and nods. Yeah. Not because I regret letting her go so she could be with her human husband. But because it hurts like hell watching her with someone else. Knowing he makes her smile, that's the only reason I didn't snap his weak little neck. He finally looks at me. It really hurts, Aurora, seeing your mate in someone else's arms. You should stop messing around with what you've got. I hope one day that pain goes away, I whisper before walking off. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 10. Tartarus has once again released another batch of demons. This time, no one had to tell me to stay in my room. I stayed on my own because deep down, I felt like I owed it to Xanthus. After everything Kenji said, kissing another demon when I already had a mate was really messed up. And even though 3 days have passed, I still feel bad about it. Not enough to say sorry, but enough to know it was wrong. Xanthus barely says anything to me anymore. And even though I promise not to run again, he still doesn't believe me. Even when I told him I'd stay in the room and not leave, he didn't take my word for it. Instead, he posted 2 really strong demon guards outside the door. I hate to say it, but I'm a little scared about the battle going on. From what little I picked up, the demons that got out this time are more than the last, stronger, wilder, bigger. And I can't stop thinking, what if this time Xanthus doesn't win? Then what happens to me? I'm a human living in the world of demons. If the Demon King dies, what becomes of the girl he claimed? I almost smack myself for even thinking some brainless demons could defeat Xanthus. He's part of the first ever group of demons. It would take way more than a few from Tartarus to beat him. But what if they manage to drag him down into Tartarus? If he's gone, his throne will be wide open, and then what? I already gave him my freedom, traded it to protect a broken demon. I don't regret that choice. In fact, I'd do it all over again. Kenji is one of the rare ones, and if something happened to him because I wanted to hurt Xanthus, I'd never forgive myself. I stop walking around the room when the door opens. I grab the edge of my long nightgown and walk over, ready to ask him how it went, but I freeze when I see him. His cheeks are flushed red, and his eyes are low. He can't even stand properly, he's stumbling. "You're drunk," I say, watching as he drops onto the couch with a loud breath. "Really?" "What gave that away?" he replies dryly, eyes almost shut. I walk closer, concerned. What could have pushed the king of demons to drink until he couldn't walk straight? Was the attack that bad? I'm about to ask, but a loud laugh cuts through the air. He tries to open his eyes wide but fails. Where did I mess up? How terrible am I that you ran off to another man? My fingers drop the edge of my gown, and my chest tightens slightly. I press my lips together. "Xanthus," I begin, "we've already talked about this." He suddenly gets up but falls right back down and groans. "No, you talked about it." "I didn't. I'm not over it." "Neither of us are." "You keep acting like I'm the only one who feels something," he says, waving a finger between us. "Another demon, Aurora. You called me names for being one, and yet you ran to another the moment you saw him." His voice is thick, full of something I know he'll want to take back when he's no longer drunk. Is that why you drank?" I ask softly. He slowly stands again and comes toward me. I step back before he can touch me, and the sadness in his glowing eyes hits hard. "What did I do, Aurora? What did he do that I didn't?" I don't correct him. I didn't have real feelings for Kenji. We were both using each other. He reminded me of home. Of the human world. He didn't try to make me become anything I'm not, I reply quietly. Xanthus squints at me like he can't believe what I just said. "That's not true, and you know it." "I don't get it, Aurora. What exactly am I doing wrong? You scream at me, run away, curse me, insult me, why? Why do you hate me so much?" "Because you're a demon, Xanthus. I don't know how to give you anything but hate. You yanked me from my world and think I'm just going to fall in line with your twisted dream? You want a mate and a queen? Well, guess what? I can't be either of those." I take a step forward and shove my wrist up in front of him. "I don't know how this mark got here, but I know you caused it. That day you pushed it and I felt pain like I've never felt before. Ever since I got here, all I've felt is pain, and now you want me to love you?" I laugh, but there's no humor in it. Not at all. My eyes stay firm on him, and the look on his face shows he's caught off guard, like everything I just said was brand new to him. I heard you," he says quietly, his voice sounding small and unsure, soaked in disbelief. I blink, stunned by how shocked his eyes look. Slowly, he lowers my wrist and runs his thumb gently over the mark. That was never what I meant to do, little Dawn. I swear, I fucking swore I'd never hurt you." "Shit." I jerk my wrist out of his grasp because I can't tell if he's faking it or being honest. Honestly, I don't care either way. Kenji never did that. He never caused me pain, and that's why I let him close. What do I have to do to earn your love? He asks just as I start walking toward the couch behind him. I stop, and without looking back, I say, be human. I hear him suck in a breath. That's something that's just not possible. A demon can't turn into a human, not even Kenji was. What we had was just physical chemistry. But Xanthus doesn't know that, and I don't plan to tell him either. So you're just giving up? He asks softly. He doesn't sound like the almighty demon lord anymore, he sounds like someone begging someone they love not to leave. I glance at him over my shoulder. You can only give up if there was something real to begin with. Then I head to the couch and lie down, knowing full well his bright, hurt-filled eyes are still watching me. I close mine, trying to fall asleep and ignoring the tight ache building in my chest. There's a strange tension between us I wish no one else could sense, but I know that's not true. The general keeps glancing between us while talking. When we got up this morning, we didn't say anything, just a silent nod was all it took to get through the day. Now it's already afternoon, and we still haven't exchanged a single word. And really, what could we even say? Sorry I hurt you? Sorry I kissed Kenji? Because as much as it sucks to admit, I hurt Xanthus. And it didn't feel as satisfying as I imagined it would. It just made me feel a little mean. I wasn't raised to be cruel, but Xanthus isn't just anyone. He's a demon who caused me pain and claims he didn't know. But how true is that? It looks like a pattern. This is where the first attack happened and this is where the second one happened, the thin demon says, tracing 2 spots on the map and glancing up at his king, looking nervous when Xanthus doesn't reply right away. His eyes shift to me, and the others start fidgeting with their hands. I'm honestly a little entertained. They're acting like their king is a ticking bomb ready to go off any second. The number of escaped demons yesterday was more than the last time, he adds, still holding the map tight. It's funny how none of them wanted to speak at first when they came in and saw me there. But once Xanthus gave them the go-ahead, and they noticed he wasn't in the mood, they had no choice. Now their eyes are begging me to say something. Poor guys don't realize that even I wouldn't be spared if Xanthus snaps. No leads on who gave the order for the demons to break out, he finally says, and I watch all 3 of them let out the breaths they were holding. The demon lord doesn't seem to care how nervous they are. Honestly, I bet everyone in Daffian is breathing easier now that he's finally spoken after being quiet all day. He's still angry, though. I can see it in the stormy skies and the swirling flames in his eyes. The generals won't look him in the eye, they're scared the fire might leap out at them. But me? I think the fire is beautiful. Unique. Not that I'd ever tell him that. When our eyes finally meet across the room, I quickly look away toward the window. And no, Your Highness. It'd have to be someone very powerful, another general says. I glance back in time to see a small, sarcastic smile spread across Xanthus' lips. I think it's about time I visit my dear brother in that dungeon he calls a castle. He stands up, and all 3 generals immediately drop to their knees. Your Highness. No, one of them starts but cuts himself off when Xanthus glares. His brother? Oh, fucking great. Chapter 11. The air between us is just as heavy as before, even after the generals left and we walked back to the room. Neither of us has said a single thing, I'm way too stubborn to break the silence, but honestly, at this point, I don't even care what finally cracks it. Whether it's a thunderclap or the tiniest sound, anything at all will do, because I'm itching to ask him something. My chance comes when his wristwatch slips off and crashes onto the floor. With a wave of his hand, the broken bits vanish, and I'm weirdly thankful for it. I'd like to come with you, I say, tucking my legs underneath me on the bed. Xanthus doesn't even glance my way as he takes off the chain around his neck. Since I'm stuck here for good now, I figure I should at least get to know the other part of Daffian. Where your brother lives, I press on, even though his silence is driving me up the wall. He disappears into the bathroom and comes back out dressed in sleep clothes. Pack light, we'll only be gone a few days, he says at last, before switching off the light. By morning, we've packed our bags. I watch as someone loads them into a separate wagon attached to two eerie demon horses. Another carriage pulls up, and I'm helped inside. The colors are red and gold, deep, rich, and intense. It screams royalty. I can already tell Xanthus brought a whole unit of soldiers with us, which makes me wonder about how things really are between him and his brother. He sits right beside me, eyes glued to a scroll, once again ignoring me. The quiet is making me want to scream. I gave up my freedom for this, only to be ignored. I lean my head toward the window and sigh. The day's moving along, and I can't help wondering just how far this brother of his actually lives. We're not in Daphian anymore, right? I'm guessing we've got like 5 minutes before we reach your brother's place? I ask, trying again. He lets out a deep hum and finally looks at me. I'm a king. You really think my realm is that small? He says while rolling up the scroll and picking up another one. His answer throws me off. According to the map, Daphian looked tiny, but peeking out this window proves that map was a complete lie. This is just one end of Daphian, he continues, his tone flat. If we started from the far side of the kingdom, it'd take us a full week to get there. He doesn't sound excited about the trip. If anything, he sounds irritated, like visiting his brother is the last thing he wants to do. And that strikes me as odd. Who doesn't want to visit their sibling? Do you have any childhood memories of you and your brother? I ask, feeling a bit more hopeful since he's at least talking now instead of sulking. Xanthus runs his fingers through his thick hair. Nope. The only memories we have are of trying to outburn each other's destruction across the realm. He glances sideways at me and smirks when I shift a little. You mean like pranks? No, little Dawn. I mean full-on contests that usually ended with all three of us injured and bleeding. He turns back to his scroll. That's not really what you'd call a normal sibling relationship. Oh really? And what does a normal one look like to you? Well, I start, a normal sibling thing is like, one time Isabel switched the sugar with salt. I poured a ton into my cereal and nearly barfed. Or the time I swapped her shampoo with hair dye. I got grounded, but seeing her walk around like a walking traffic cone at 9 years old? So worth it. I giggle, and the sound catches me off guard. Oh. Another time, I got spooked from watching a horror movie my parents told me not to watch. Isabel and Ernest painted their faces and jumped out from under my bed. I almost died from shock. The laugh that bubbles out of me has a sad undertone. I miss them more than I can explain. It's crazy, I used to dream of getting away from them. And now that I'm far, all I want is to go back. When I finally look up, I notice Xanthus has a faint smile on his face. The corners of his eyes soften, and his electric blue eyes shimmer gently. Even the fire in them has calmed. It's beautiful. Strange, but beautiful. One time, we shoved our oldest brother down a staircase. He broke a bone. He healed, obviously, but it was hilarious, he adds, and I don't even bother pointing out how dangerous that is. I just let him keep going. Then he got a snake and put it in my bed. I didn't get far before it bit me. I was paralyzed the whole day. It was funny though, I set him on fire the next day. He chuckles at the memory. Our youngest brother? He always got off easy. Wow. Growing up with them must have been pure chaos. But maybe that's just what being raised as a demon is like. The tricks they pulled were wild, way too wild, because they weren't human. I let out a breath. I really miss them. The silence between us stretches before I quietly speak again. Can't you just give me my memories back? No. I know you don't want me to remember that night, but No means no, Aurora. Let that memory go, because I'm not giving it back. I curl into the seat, feeling small. The sun has finally dipped, and the moon now rules the sky while the stars start popping out. I can't help but feel jealous of them. As much as I love looking at the stars, right now I'm wishing I could trade places with them. At least no one can take anything from them or mess with their memories. All they have to do is stay up there and shine bright. We're almost there, he says under his breath, probably noticing my mood shift. Also, if my brother asks how we met, just give him a normal human story. I scoff. I'm not sure how long it's been, but it must be really late now. The moon is fully up, and the stars are scattered across the sky, reminding the world how many of them there are and that they'll never be gone for good. I get helped down from the carriage. Standing at the entrance of the castle, I can't fully see it because of how dark it is. But something about it feels off. A thick mist covers everything from the knees down, and right there in front of the doors stands a man flanked by two creatures. Centaurs. They're holding spears, their hair striking green, their eyes locked forward like they're ready for a full battle. The man's purple eyes flash with curiosity and recognition. Estratos. Dear brother, he replies, smiling slow. The grin has no warmth to it at all. To what do I owe this unpleasant surprise? He walks down the steps and with a wave, tells the centaurs to leave, and they do. Xanthus takes my wrist and gently pulls me behind him, guarding me. The man's gaze shifts to me. He's slimmer than Xanthus and seems taller. His skin has a sun-kissed tone, and when the moonlight hits his pale blonde hair, it shines like gold. Hey there, little lady, he greets, waving casually. I return a small, unsure wave. For the sake of the lady, I'll let you both in. Oh, and is that your stomach I hear growling? He cups his ear playfully. And of course, my stomach decides to grumble at the worst moment. I can't even be mad about it, I haven't eaten all day. We're not here to cause any trouble, Estratos, Xanthus says. I didn't say you were, Xanthus. He raises his brows with a smirk. Please don't tell me you actually thought I'd pick a fight in front of a woman. I've got manners, you know. He turns to me again, this time with a smile that could charm a fox. Come now, little lady. You can trust me, even if your mate doesn't. Xanthus tightens his grip slightly, and I see the flames in his eyes flicker more violently the longer his brother looks at me. Well, I'm starving, I say, turning to Xanthus with a tight-lipped look. He had dragged me across kingdoms without a single bite to eat. No way I was going to turn down food, even if it's from his brother. Splendid, Estratos says as he leads the way inside. Xanthus glances at me. I've got full control, I say before he gets a word out. I didn't say you didn't, he mutters. He's the one I don't trust. Estratos' dining room is almost identical to Xanthus. A grand table with plates already set. Food is served in front of us, and our wine glasses are filled. To you, little lady, he toasts. I don't even bother being offended that he doesn't know my name. Oh, and before I finish this toast, Estratos adds, tell me, how exactly did you and my brother meet? I pause, remembering what Xanthus told me. Stick to a basic human story. A smile tugs at my lips. Oh, you know. The usual, I say with a shrug. He kidnapped me, wiped my memory clean, and now keeps me as his personal slave. Nothing too special. Xanthus' glare hits me like a truck. If looks could kill, well, I'd already be 6 feet under thanks to those fiery eyes of his. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 12. I take out my history notes and quietly wait for Lillian, she's my partner for this project. I still don't understand why the teacher insists on pairing me up. Why can't I just do it solo? Good afternoon, welcome to Colleen. Can I take your order? The teenage waiter's voice pulls my focus. I'll just have a smoothie, I reply. He nods and walks away. I can feel someone staring at me, burning holes into the side of my head, but I don't turn. The hunter's bracelet around my wrist starts to sting, warning me that a demon is nearby. And it's spot on. Someone takes the seat across from me. I reach for my bag and avoid looking at the demon sitting in front of me. "You're a hunter, in training," he says, and I freeze. I absolutely hate when people throw the "in training" part in my face. Just because I'm 16 doesn't mean I'm too young to kill a demon. "And you're a demon," I reply, voice laced with irritation. Mom and Dad always warned me, stay away from demons, especially the male ones. Stay far away from male demons. "You're leaving just because I'm a demon?" His voice is amused. I fold my arms and glare at him. "No, I'm leaving because, well, I stop before I can make a fool of myself." "Why'd you sit here, especially without asking me first?" I shoot at him. He suddenly smiles, which makes him more attractive than he already was. I was curious why someone with a pretty face was sitting all by herself with such a grumpy look. My cheeks go red. No one's ever called me pretty, not out loud, anyway. Probably because they're too scared of what my dad would do. Cowards. "I'm Logan," he says. Now, here he is standing in front of me again, this time with shock written all over his face. His eyes flick to my arm hooked through Xanthus, and his expression darkens. "You okay?" Xanthus whispers beside me. I want to say no, my ex is right there, but I know that'll make things worse. I take in the hall around us, amazed by the decorations. Whoever put this together did an incredible job. A giant chandelier hangs above a long table with 15 chairs, yes, I counted. Everyone's dressed in fancy outfits, and honestly, it feels more like a gala than just a dinner. "So your whole family's gonna be here?" I ask nervously. "Yes. Those without families dine with us so they don't feel alone," he answers. "You'd do that for them?" He nods with a soft smile. My stomach growls quietly, and Xanthus raises a brow before chuckling. "Dinner starts in 5 minutes, he says. I give a tight smile just as Lilith walks in with Doran. What's she doing here? I don't even bother hiding my annoyance. I don't know, he answers. She never attends this dinner. Says it's a waste of time bonding with family and never actually makes time for us. Doran gives us a cheerful smile. He's in a sleek black tux, while Lilith struts in a short green dress and sky-high heels, face covered in heavy makeup. I roll my eyes as she throws him a wink. Relief floods through me when I hear a bell ring. Finally. Xanthus laughs and leads me to the table. People begin to fill the seats, each one greeting him and me politely. He stands, and the room falls silent. Welcome to our annual royal family dinner. We may not be connected by blood, but we're all one family here. Eat, drink, enjoy. There are rooms available in the castle for anyone staying over. Cheers and applause echo through the hall. Maids hurry out, setting food on the table. I notice Logan staring at me from across the table. He gives me a small smile, I return a blank expression. You should try the garlic bread, Xanthus says. Oh, She's allergic to garlic, Logan interrupts calmly. Xanthus stares at him, while I send a glare his way. What did you just say? Xanthus asks, his tone firm. Please don't start, I beg silently. I said she's allergic to garlic. So she can't eat what you offered, Logan replies, his voice cool and sharp. Xanthus lifts a brow. Do explain how you know that about my mate. Logan's jaw tightens at the word mate. I realize the table's gone totally quiet, everyone's watching this unfold. I have to stop this before it spirals. Actually, I'm not allergic. I just don't like garlic bread, I say quickly, hoping that settles it. Of course, it doesn't. What made you think she's allergic to garlic? Xanthus presses. Now I'm mad Logan remembers that. I regret ever telling him. I meet Logan's eyes, silently begging him to keep quiet. I guessed, he shrugs. I breathe out in relief as Xanthus rolls his eyes. That's my cousin, Logan, he says. Cousin? Logan told me he was just a low-level demon. Said he was basically a servant in the demon world. I can't believe I fell for that. I still feel Logan's intense gaze on me, but I pretend not to notice. Sorry, I'm late. Had to feed the kids. A slim woman walks in, and I'm guessing the man with her is her mate. Josian, Xanthus sighs. Don't act like you weren't moping when you realized I wasn't here, little bro. She ruffles his hair, and he scowls. Then she turns to me and gasps. Oh, thank heavens, you're real. I thought he just hung pictures of someone who didn't exist. She leans in and hugs me, awkward, since I'm still seated. I know. You're Aurora, my younger brother's mate. He's been dreaming about you for 18 years, she says as she takes the seat beside me. The man greets Xanthus and sits across from her. Wait. Did she say 18 years? So, Aurora, any past lovers? She asks, and Logan chokes on his drink while Xanthus growls low in his throat. Oh hush, Josian waves him off. Xanthus shoots her a death stare. Fine, I won't ask about her exes. She doesn't have any, Xanthus replies coldly. Oh really? Josian mocks. Her parents never let her get close to any guy, let alone date one, he adds, sneering at the word boyfriends. Ah, she says, glancing at me with sympathy. I shift in my chair, suddenly uncomfortable. Well, this is definitely not like any Christmas dinner I've ever had before. The rest of the night is spent learning about Xanthus' relatives and dodging Logan's heated glances. Chapter 13. Once dinner ended, everyone headed back to their rooms, but not before Josian shot me a look that clearly said, we're going to talk later. Logan gave me a small smile, one that luckily went unnoticed by everyone else. All I wanted was to crash into my bed. My lovely, warm, soft bee. Aurora? Of course. Just when I'm dreaming about my comfy mattress, someone has to interrupt. Yeah? I turn and see Karina, eyes watery and clearly about to cry. Karina, what's going on? She throws her arms around me tightly. It's Hoaric, she whispers. I guide her into my room and sit her down gently. What happened with Hoaric? I ask her softly. I had this gut feeling he was being unfaithful. So I confronted him, but he got furious and started shouting. It got so bad, we ended up missing most of the dinner. I'm scared to be in the same room with him tonight. Can I stay here? Just for the night? I promise I'll find another place tomorrow. You're the only friend I've got, that's why her voice cracks as tears stream down her flushed cheeks. You can stay as long as you need, okay? Do you really think he's cheating? I ask gently. She nods sadly. I always thought mates weren't capable of cheating, or at least that's what I've always believed. You can wear one of the nightgowns I haven't touched yet, I tell her. Thank you, she says in a tiny voice, then hugs me warmly before heading into the bathroom. We don't talk much that night, we both lie in silence, thinking about everything weighing on our hearts. When I wake up, sunlight is pouring onto my face, and the spot where Karina slept is empty. I guess she's used to waking early. Since Daphian is still on break, I don't have training today. Lucky me. I yawn and go freshen up. Today, I slip into a soft pink dress and sandals. My stomach growls loudly. I wander to the kitchen and find it empty. I toast some bread and munch on it. As I walk past the hallway admiring the portraits, something yanks me backward into a room. Ah. The space is dark, and whatever pulled me in is still gripping my wrist. The lights flick on, and I find myself staring at Logan. You jerk! Why the hell did you drag me in here? I thought I was being kidnapped. I stop hitting him when he bursts out laughing. I fold my arms and glare, waiting for him to stop. You done now? I snap. Sorry, the look on your face was priceless, he chuckles. I roll my eyes. Come on, Rory, laugh. I stare blankly at him. His grin fades as he realizes I'm not playing along. What's wrong? You don't look okay. He cups my cheek with his palm. I push it away and glare. I'm leaving, I state and head for the door. But when I turn the knob, it doesn't budge. It's locked. What are you doing here? He asks. You tell me. I shout. I was just looking at some portraits when you dragged me into your room. No, I mean, what are you doing in Daffian? He clarifies. I stare at him. I'm your cousin's mate. His face hardens. Mate? He laughs. I frown. That's what he told you? He must have seen something that made him lie to you. Logan laughs louder. Strangely, it stings. But I hide it. What if I actually am his mate? I lift my eyebrows, daring him. The frustration on his face grows. You can't be his mate, he yells suddenly. Well, too bad, because I am. I shout back. No. You can't be. It's not possible. You just can't be his mate, he says through gritted teeth, hands clenched into fists. Why not? I demand. Because you're mine. I shake my head and laugh bitterly. I'm not yours, Logan. Not now, not ever. Maybe once I was, but that's in the past. Now open the damn door. I yank the handle again. I still love you, Rory, he murmurs, leaning his head on my shoulder. I freeze as I feel his teeth barely graze my neck. Logan, let me go. I shove him off. He looks at me, eyes shattered, then turns and unlocks the door. I sprint out, afraid he might change his mind and bite me after all. As I hurry away from his room, someone else grabs my arm. I whirl around to yell. Lilith? Why the hell are you grabbing me? I glare at her and fold my arms tight across my chest. Maybe if I keep them crossed, no one will be able to yank me again. You're hiding something, and I'm going to figure it out. I'll get Asmodeus back, she says. I let out an annoyed sigh. Are you telling me this to warn me to be more careful with my secrets? I ask her. I'm just letting you know that I'll be holding Asmodeus in my hands again soon, she replies. I take a step closer, grinning when she moves back. Listen closely, don't touch me, don't speak to me, and most of all, don't threaten me. Next time, I won't be so polite. Don't forget I'm a hunter, and my uncle tortures demons in Tartarus. I stare her down until she nods. Then I turn and walk off. I haven't spotted Karina all day. Then suddenly someone grabs my elbow and yanks me back. Oh, God! I cry out. Doran is grinning at me while still holding my arm. What? Good morning to you too, Aurora, he replies with a smirk. Well, mine hasn't been so good. So, why'd you stop me? He hands me a stack of folders. Glad I ran into you. Please give these to Xanthus, he's in his room. He walks away before I can get another word out. Should have just stayed in bed, I mutter under my breath. I knock on Xanthus' door and walk in after hearing him say, "Come in." Yo, I yelp and quickly turn around after seeing Xanthus standing in only a towel. Why did you tell me to come in when you knew you weren't dressed? I demand, facing the door. MMH, didn't realize I was undressed, he says mockingly. That's the most ridiculous lie I've ever heard. I'll come back when you're wearing clothes, I say as I reach for the doorknob and try to open the door. Ah. Xanthus, what happened to the door? I feel him behind me, and his hand wraps around mine, still on the handle. He twists the knob too, keeping my hand underneath his, and yep, he's still in that towel. It's locked, he says. Alarmed, I turn to face him and come face to face with his wide, bare chest. What do you mean it's locked? He lets out a breath. Locked as in shut tight, sealed. You can't go out because it won't open. I know what locked means. What I'm asking is, how did it get locked? I reply, glancing anywhere but his smooth torso. I asked a witch to cast a spell on the castle. It's something we do yearly to protect the kingdom from rogues or unwanted intruders. Oh. How long are we stuck like this? I ask. 24 hours, he responds, finally backing away a little. Now that he's at a slight distance, I allow myself a glance at his torso. He's got defined abs and a long scar slashing across the left side of his chest. He leans closer, sniffs me, and frowns. Why do you smell like my cousin, Logan? He asks. I do not smell like him, I say, offended, arms crossed. Yes, you do. Were you with him? He presses. He talked to me. To apologize. Yeah, to apologize for yesterday, for thinking I was allergic to garlic. Whether he knows I'm lying and lets it go, or just doesn't realize I'm lying, I can't tell. Either way, he drops the subject. I'm ready to tell him the truth, that Logan is actually my ex. If I'm going to be stuck in this room with you, could you please put something on? Why? Am I distracting you? He says with a smug grin. Just go get dressed, I say as I plop down on the couch. He disappears into his closet and comes out in a white shirt and black trousers. Better, I mumble. He sits on the bed, eyes on me. So, why'd you come here? I look down at the folders in my arms and finally remember. Doran asked me to bring you these, I say, handing him the documents. He sets them aside and picks up his laptop. I'm so bored, I groan after an hour of silence. Okay, Xanthus replies. Are you kidding me? I say I'm bored and you just say okay? I snap. He sighs and puts the laptop down. What do you want to do? Last night during dinner, you said my parents wouldn't let me date. How do you even know that? I ask, arms crossed. I told them not to, he says casually. What? I blink. When you were a baby, I instructed your parents not to let you have a boyfriend, he explains, eyes back on his laptop. So that's why there were photos of me in the house I woke up in? I ask evenly. He nods. Are you freaking kidding me? I shout. I don't even know what to say to you. How about you tell me how amazing I am, he says, eyes still glued to the screen. Amazing? You ruined my love life and kept pictures of me since I was a baby. You know what you are? You are a creep. I yell. I am not, he replies. And that's how the shouting match starts. Yep, it's going to be one long, long day. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 14. You should be grateful I didn't take you when you were a baby. Maybe you'd have fallen for me by now. I laugh out loud, but not in a nice way. Fall in love with you? That's never going to happen. I only accepted this deal because I knew you'd ruin everything, then I'd get to go back home to Earth. I catch a flash of pain in his eyes before he quickly hides it. So you only agreed because you thought I'd fail? I roll my eyes. I can't believe you're surprised. He shakes his head, frustrated. I reach for the doorknob even though I forgot it was locked, but to my surprise, it opens. I slam the door and march back to my room. Maybe that was a little too harsh. Now I feel like the bad guy. I fall face first onto my bed and stare at the plain white ceiling. I spend minutes just looking at nothing, thinking about how my life changed completely the moment I turned 18. Then the door opens, and Karina walks in. "Hey, where have you been?" I ask, a little worried. "I woke up early and decided to walk around the castle. Mostly to stay away from Horik." "Oh, why are you all dressed up?" I ask, noticing her fancy blue dress. "It's lunchtime. Everyone eats together." "So, does that mean I have to dress up again?" I ask with a groan. She laughs and nods. I throw on a blue dress that stops above my knees and slip into some flat black shoes. "No heels?" she asks. "Nope." I grin, tying up my hair as we head out of the room. Everyone is already seated for lunch. Karina and I find our seats, me next to Xanthus, her beside Horik. I can tell from her expression she's not comfortable. Logan is across from me again, staring like last night. Maids begin filling our plates. Then I hear Jojin gasp. "Is that a hickey?" she blurts, pointing at my neck. Everyone instantly turns to look at me. "A-H hickey?" I stammer, and Jojin hands me a small mirror. "Ha. I knew it." Lilith laughs. I stare at my reflection, and freeze. There it is. The same spot where Logan's teeth brushed my skin earlier today. I stupidly tied my hair up. Now everyone's looking at me, waiting for me to explain. Xanthus has a hurt look on his face. "Why do you look upset?" "You gave it to her, didn't you?" Jojin asks Xanthus, confused. Logan's trying to hide a smug smile. "It's not, it's just a bite," I say quickly. "Yeah, a love bite," Jojin wiggles her eyebrows. No. I went to the forest yesterday to clear my head, and something must have bitten me. I didn't even feel it, I lie through my teeth. "I didn't see you leave the castle yesterday," Lilith says, squinting suspiciously. "You're not her personal guard." "So, of course you wouldn't see her," Karina snaps, making Lilith huff and shut up. "We should get it treated," Xanthus says. I can see the relief in his eyes. Logan frowns, glaring at him. "No need." "I am sure it's just a mosquito bite." I smile awkwardly, but deep inside I feel awful, like I just did something really wrong. "Then let's eat," Jojin's mate says, still no idea what his name is. Everyone agrees and digs in. I feel Logan's stare burn into me. I try to ignore him. He's the reason I lied in the first place. I wish I never met him that day. "Are you okay?" "You're stabbing your food like it owes you something," Xanthus whispers. He's still checking on me, even after I was so mean to him. "Yeah, just thinking. I'm sorry for what I said back in your room." He doesn't say anything. Just keeps eating. The rest of lunch goes by quietly. Until Jojin drops her fork, and suddenly, everyone's looking at her. She has this way of drawing everyone's attention without even trying. "Aurora and I are going into town," she says to Xanthus. He freezes. "No," he replies. She looks shocked. "Why not?" "My castle." "My rules," he says firmly. She glares at him. "You can't keep her locked in forever." Even Rapunzel left her tower after being trapped all her life, and she ended up hating the woman who kept her there. "Fine. 1 hour. You go with guards. Stay close to them. Don't get clever or I'm coming there myself." "Okay, brother," Jojin cuts him off. Her mate chuckles. After lunch, Jojin links her arm with mine and kisses her mate goodbye. We walk through town, 6 guards trailing behind us. We stop in front of a place with a sign that reads spa. "A spa?" I ask, confused. "I thought you wanted to show me around." This is the best part of town. Besides, we're going to have the talk, and a spa is the best place for it, she says, pulling me inside. The way she says it reminds me of how my mom used to try teaching me about, well, that stuff. I always tried to run. We sit down, and she turns to me. I know you lied, she says softly. I shift uncomfortably. What are you talking about? I scan the blue room nervously. I know you're hiding something from my brother. That's okay. But just make sure you tell him, before someone else does. He won't take it well. She finishes with a kind smile, and I let out a slow breath. Thanks, I say. A few minutes later, her mate walks in with 2 kids. The boy looks around 13, and the little girl seems about 6. Mom, the girl squeals and runs into Josian's arms. She sighs. They scared off the babysitter again. Archer. Amelie, she calls, trying to sound stern, but I can hear the laughter in her voice. Marlon, why did you bring them here? And how did you even find us? She asks him. The kids are staring at me, and now I feel awkward. You're my mate. You carry my mark. I could find you anywhere, Marlon says sweetly. Ah. Josian actually blushes. Then Marlon kisses her, but Archer interrupts with a groan. Ugh, guys, your kids are still here. Marlon glares, Josian laughs. Tonight, she whispers to him, but not quietly enough. I heard it. Archer definitely did too. He makes a face and mutters, demons. Mommy, can I get my nails done? Please? 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 The little girl begs over and over. No. You'll just end up licking the polish again like last time. Why do you smell like a human? Archer asks me, sniffing the air. Ugh. I hate when people do that. Makes me feel weird. Archer. Don't sniff people. Josian snaps. Archer quickly looks sorry. I am human, I shrug. And you're not a slave? He asks, wide-eyed. Nope. Xanthus is my mate, I reply. Really? That's awesome. I can't wait to find my mate one day, he says with a dreamy look. Everyone smiles at the brown-haired boy. If you're still listening to this story up to this point, why don't you subscribe to this channel to continue getting subsequent interesting daily stories like this? We would be most grateful if you can do that to help boost this video to reach everyone. Thank you. Chapter 15. I'm running. Running as fast as I can because he's after me. Xanthus is chasing me with a sword, one sharp enough to take my head off with a single swing. I try to scream for help, but my lips won't open. I keep turning and changing paths, desperate to stay away from him and that terrifying weapon. Then I hear his laugh, it's twisted and wicked. Come out, wherever you are, he sings. I won't hurt you. Oh, who am I kidding? Mate or not, you're still going to die. He laughs again, louder. My chest feels like it's going to burst. Boo, his voice suddenly whispers near my ear. I shriek and take off running again. He's chasing after me, but clearly not at full demon speed. Tears stream down my face. There's no one here to help. I'm all by myself. Aurora? I hear a calm voice through the shadows. Who are you? I ask, my voice trembling. It doesn't sound like Xanthus. It's me, Logan. I rush into his arms, crying quietly, terrified that if I'm loud, Xanthus will find me. He's after me, with a SS sword, I stammer. Shoo, I've got you now, Logan says, patting my head gently. Why does he want me dead? I ask through sobs. He sighs. My cousin is insane. He's one of the strongest demons there is. I nod slowly, understanding. But then, I hear that voice again. Ah, how sweet. Romeo to the rescue. But who's going to save Romeo? Xanthus taunts, laughing darkly. Xanthus, don't do this. Logan shouts, pushing me behind him. Why shouldn't I? Xanthus tilts his head. She's your mate. Logan yells. So what? I wouldn't be the first demon to kill their mate. It's all about power, he says with a grin. Logan grabs my hand and we take off, running until we reach a place that feels soft and warm. He can't find us here, Logan whispers as I throw my arms around him. Thank you. You don't need to thank me. I love you. I'd give my life for you. I shoot up in bed, gasping for air. What the hell was that dream? Why would I dream of Xanthus trying to kill me? And why was Logan the one saving me? I can't get it out of my head. So many questions swirl around. I feel like my brain is going to explode. I head to the shower to calm myself down. Lunch comes, and it's just Xanthus and me at the table. I'm still shaken from the dream, afraid he'll notice something is off. Meanwhile, Logan keeps sending smiles my way, and I respond with nothing but a blank look. My fork hovers midair as Xanthus picks up a knife, just like in the dream. Are you all right? He asks. I nod quickly, then push my chair back and rush out before he can say more. As soon as I leave the room, someone yanks me into a dark corner. What the? I start, just as the light flicks on. Logan? What am I doing here? I ask, annoyed. I had to see you. I missed you, he says, pulling me into a hug I don't return. You shouldn't be all over me, I mutter. Why you don't love me anymore? He asks quietly. It's because of him, isn't it? He hisses. This has nothing to do with your cousin. You lost me all on your own. I waited for you that night. I sat there, hoping you'd come. I even believed you were just delayed. I waited for a whole month, Logan. And you never showed up. You left without a word. We were supposed to celebrate 6 months together. I sat there, thinking maybe hunters had caught him or something. But no. After 2 months of crying and hiding my pain from my parents, who didn't even know he existed, I realized I was abandoned. I'm sorry. My father called me back, he says, cupping my cheek. I shove him away. You could have sent a note, anything. He pleads, please, just give me another chance. It's too late. I have a mate now. You're just someone from the past. I turn and walk away, leaving him behind, tears in his eyes. Later, I dream again. This time, I'm falling. Falling from a tower. He pushed me. Xanthus told me he wanted to show me something. And I trusted him. But when we got there, he shoved me off. Now I'm falling to my death. He doesn't care. It's just power to him. Then, someone grabs my hand. It's Logan, again. He saves me, pulling me into his arms and teleporting us to safety. Xanthus walks away, believing I've died. Thank you, I whisper. I don't understand why he keeps trying to kill me. I warned you, Logan says angrily. He's a monster. He kisses me. I jerk awake with a gasp. I must have dozed off. But why do these dreams keep coming? Why is Logan always the one rescuing me? Someone knocks, then barges in. You could wait for a come-in like normal people, I say. Xanthus rolls his eyes. Come with me. I need your help. I frown. Don't you have advisors? You're my mate. Queen of Daphian. I want your thoughts. His voice leaves no room for argument. All right. No need to get dramatic. I follow him down a narrow hall, just like in the dream. My heartbeat speeds up. You okay? Your heart's racing. Where are we going? I ask. It's a surprise, he says. My heart skips a beat. We stop in front of a wall. He types in a code, and the wall slides open. What is this? I ask, nerves creeping in. It's not a tower. Thank the stars. Armory, he replies. A few men inside greet us. I wave, and Xanthus gives a nod. So, what do you need me for? I ask. He lifts a sword, the exact one from my dream. Oh my God, I say, just before everything fades to black. Chapter 16. I open my eyes with a groan, my head pounding. As I glance around the dim space, my gaze lands on two sets of eyes, one pair soft and purple, the other full of anger. I already know I don't want to be the reason behind that angry stare. Another groan escapes my mouth. Hi, a gentle voice whispers. It belongs to the one with the violet eyes, I think. I've never seen anyone with such lovely eyes before. I manage to say, my voice rough. Here, let me help you sit up, she offers, adjusting me into a sitting position. The person with the gray eyes is still glaring at me, Xanthus. His stare is sharp, and I can feel the tension coming from him. I mentally brace myself. Why didn't you tell me? He suddenly yells, his voice loud and harsh. I flinch, heart racing as my memory starts piecing together everything. The dreams. The sword. I shift uneasily. Tell you what? I ask, my voice shaky. His gaze is burning with fury and hurt. Why didn't you say you were dreaming of me, killing you, he says, his voice softer now, but his fists are clenched tight. I don't know what you're talking about, I say, trying to sound clueless. My eyes wander around his room and land on a photo of me on the wall. Whoever snapped that picture got me looking straight into the lens without realizing it. You've been having nightmares, bad ones, and you didn't say anything. You fainted the second I showed you a weapon. Those dreams aren't just random, they're powerful. If I hadn't seen you pass out, I wouldn't have known, and they could have made you lose your grip on reality, he snaps again. My shoulders shake, and tears prick the corners of my eyes. You're scaring her, the girl beside him says firmly, glaring at him. Good, he fires back. Maybe that'll finally make her realize she needs to tell me everything. This is the demon realm, not Earth. The smallest things can cause big problems here. Who's the one saving you in your dreams? Maybe we can figure out what he wants. This could be a dream demon, he says. The name sits right on the edge of my tongue, but I don't speak. I can't tell him that it's his cousin who keeps rescuing me. I don't know. He wears a cloak, I lie. For a second, disbelief flashes in his eyes. He sees through me, I know it. You're lying, he says plainly, then sighs in frustration when I say nothing. I swear, if you don't tell me, I'll get into your head and pull it out myself. I shake my head quickly. You can't, the woman says, stepping forward. I just checked her mind. All of this. Logan caused it. Once they leave the room, anger boils in me. I storm out, head spinning, feet pounding until I reach his door. I bang on it hard. He opens, eyes wide. His eyes trail down my body. I forgot I'm wearing just a long t-shirt. I cut him off with a slap across his face. His jaw tightens as he stares back at me, eyes hard. What the hell is wrong with you? I shove him, yelling. You messed with my dreams, Logan. That's crossing the line. He rolls his eyes, grabs my arm, and yanks me inside. He slams the door. Okay. Maybe yelling at him alone wasn't a smart idea. He presses me against the wall, locking eyes with me. I didn't change your dreams. I just showed you what my cousin truly is, he says. I raise my hand to slap him again, but he grabs it midair and kisses my palm. Why? Why would you scare me like that? I cry, my voice breaking. He flinches like I just crushed his heart. I didn't mean to scare you, my little flower, he says quietly. That nickname. It stings now. Don't call me that, I snap. My voice is sharp. Tears spill from my eyes. Why not? Remind you of us, he smirks. No. It makes me wish I never met you. I push him again, but he pins my arms to the wall. You don't mean that. I can see it in your eyes. You still love me, he says, leaning closer, his lips inches from mine. Logan, I warn. I won't stop until you're mine again, he whispers, kissing my cheek before stepping back. I bolt out the room, rushing to my own. I shut the door, slide down to the floor, and sob. Somehow, I fall asleep. A chuckle wakes me. Looks like the train already left the station, Xanthus says, arms crossed, sitting on my couch. What are you doing here? When did you get here? I quickly wipe at my face. Instead of answering, he says, where were you? Right here, I lie. He looks at me, clearly not convinced, but says nothing. There's a ceremony happening soon, well, it's more like a celebration, he explains, his face lighting up. For a second, he looks truly happy. I watch his lips move but can't hear anything. I must be going crazy. Are you even listening? He asks. No? I reply. He sighs. Newly mated couples have to dance from 11:30 until midnight. It marks the start of the new year. But we're not mated, I say, cheeks heating up. I know. But you're still my partner this year. I nod slowly. Good. The event's tomorrow, he says. My jaw drops. You don't have to worry about your outfit. It'll be handled. Also, Josian is on her way right now. And right on cue, the door bursts open and Josian appears, grinning. Hi, I say. Yeah, skip the greeting, she says, tugging me to my feet. We're heading into town. As we walk through the streets, I ask her, what do you know about the dance? It's sacred. It strengthens the bond between mates. Where and with who you dance matters. It's most powerful when done with your true mate. After the dance, couples are excused. Excused? I ask, confused. She grins. To do private things. I freeze. They're excused to do that? Yikes. After our outing, I walk back toward my room. Then, someone blocks my path. That dance is mine, Logan says seriously. I groan. Logan, what now? That mate dance, you're doing it with me. That's my promise, he declares, then storms off. What does that even mean? Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and like this video to continue listening to this type of story daily and also to get notified when the part 2 of this story would be dropping.